huge.
I think most Americans understand that our country today faces a series of unprecedented crises. Unless millions of people begin to stand up to the billionaire class that has so much power over our economy and our political life.
It's time for explanation, a reevaluation. The climate, it's a changing and we're ruled by corporation. We've got healthcare deprivation and color separation. There's no consideration for the future generation. We have the capability to end the rich supremacy for wealth accountability and equal opportunity. To move forward progressively, to take responsibility for greed against humanity, the strength within our unity. Feel the burn, 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 feel the burn. It's not this for taking, flaking this. Too much at stake, the breaking future's what we make it. Change it ain't it time we rearrange it. Time is ticking, demobilize this illegitimate enterprise that economically damnifies and bribes and lies and terrifies. Fathers didn't do their bit, so we sit back and pat our lips. The future's in the fingertips of the very ones destroying it. The things that we must do together, to stand any chance whatsoever. Birds of a feather, gotta stick together. Feel the burn, 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 feel the
What this campaign is about is whether we can mobilize our people to take back our government from a handful of billionaires and create the vibrant democracy we know we can and should have. Thank you.
All right, welcome everyone. Welcome to another exciting show, actually a continuation of our day-long marathon that's been going on here. We are 2 days out from Iowa. I'm your host this evening for this Iowa City concert and rally. I'm Nigel Harrison. It's good to be back in the seat. And joining me tonight, I'm going to have Denise Silver. Denise, welcome.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, good thanks, good thanks. We've got lots to speak about tonight. And also doing our on-air comment moderation and jumping in with the comments, we're going to have Ryan Lavacek. Is that right, Ryan?
You actually nailed it.
There you go. There
Yeah.
you go.
Way
And
to go.
We didn't even rehearse that in the green room, right?
No, I know that was a little free right there.
There you go. There you go. And we've also got a stream coming up tonight, folks. A live stream from this Iowa City concert and rally from our very own Scott Galindez. So that's great. So we actually have a live feed. So this is going to be a great, great show. But before we get started into all of the amazing stuff we've got tonight on the pre-show for you, before we get into the actual concert and Bernie's speech and Dr. Cornel West, I think, is going to be there, and bands are going to be playing. It's just going to be absolutely awesome. It's going to be huge. Before we get into that, I want to cut to John Ellis, who's been on the air for since, I don't know, 6 o'clock this morning. He's caffeinated. He's had about 50 cups of coffee, and he's going to tell us a little bit about the hashtag Not Me Us that's going on today from the Bernie Sanders campaign. John, throwing it over to you.
Thanks, Nigel. Hi, everybody. Back again. And I opened up the window, so now I'm completely glowing with the light in this room. I turned on all my lights, so I apologize for the burn. But I've been on a while. Yes, I have. Why? Because right now we are all about the Iowa caucus and the hashtag Not Me Us. and we want you to grab every piece of media you can about Bernie Sanders, everything coming out of the Bernie Sanders Twitter account, everything coming out of the Aiden King account, the Hector Segala account, and tag it. Not me, us. Make up your own memes, whatever you want, but the goal is to encourage Iowans to get out and caucus on Monday, to spend their weekends canvassing to get more people to the caucus. What I want to see, folks, I want to see these places full. Never seen before. Too many people, just masses of people piled in these buildings. That's what we want to see. And we know for a fact that right now there are kids flying in who are Iowa State residents. They're on buses, and this is a very different thing, folks. Very different thing from the slander that David Brock is claiming, that we're bringing in people, that people are showing up, they're not even residents. Okay, that's very different. What's happening is a mass movement of people around the country to vote for Bernie Sanders. What's happening is a political revolution, right, Nigel? It's a political revolution.
Absolutely, it is a political revolution, and I was just debating with someone on social media today. They were saying, well, revolutions are always bloody and violent. Well, I was like, well, they don't have to be bloody and violent, but I tell you what, if the revolution doesn't take on this time round, the next one may be bloody and violent. So,
right.
So yeah, it absolutely is a revolution.
And that's it, guys. Just go to Twitter, whatever social platform you like, hashtag not me, us. Follow Hector Segala. That's HGSIGALA Twitter account. And all the instructions are there. The links are there. Go there. We'll be showing overlays, but I'm going to turn the show back over to Nigel because he's got a beautiful show to talk about tonight before we get to this event. So, Nigel, all you.
Great. Thanks, John. Thanks. So, yeah, get on those hashtags. Hashtag not me, us, and that'll be flashed up on the screen throughout the night as we continue the show. I actually sent some memes out myself today on the Twitter account as well, tying Bernie Sanders to previous presidents' comments, like FDR, Dwight Eisenhower, and even John F. Kennedy. And when you start to look at some of what those guys used to say as president, you'll see that Bernie is cut from that same mold and really is the president we need. So we do have an absolutely amazing show. What we're going to do is we're going to take a few topics that have come up throughout throughout the week that are the sort of the heat of the moment, the focus of the moment, rather. We're gonna focus on them. We're gonna have a few ads. We'll put in a bit of a music break, and then that'll carry us right up to when Bernie comes on stage and the other guests come on stage. So let's kick this off right now. We're gonna discuss healthcare, universal healthcare. This is obviously one of the biggest topics. It's a central pillar of Bernie Sanders' platform and his campaign. Is universal healthcare. I myself actually come from a country where universal healthcare is provided, single-payer healthcare is provided. But we're going to get in and talk about that. But to start us off, before we get in the conversation, and we want you to participate as well on the YouTube comments. So please put up your comments there, and we'll bring you into the conversation. Before we get started, we're going to take a couple of minutes and look at a Robert Reich video. Robert Reich. I always get his name wrong, Ryan. I never get his name right. So we're going to look at a Robert Reich video there on universal healthcare. So, John, let's play that, and then we'll come back and we'll have a good old discussion.
Instead of cutting Medicare, we need Medicare for all. Here's how we do it. We added one, so now it's 11 ideas to save the economy. You may have heard that Medicare, the health insurance program for America's seniors, is running out of money and needs to be pared back. Wrong. Medicare isn't the problem. In fact, Medicare is more efficient than private health insurance. Medicare is the solution. In the big picture, Medicare faces financial problems in future years because of two underlying trends that will affect all health care in coming years regardless of Medicare. The first is that healthcare costs are rising overall. Not as fast as they were rising before the Affordable Care Act went into effect, but still rising too quickly. The second is that the giant post-war baby boom is heading toward retirement and older age, which means more elderly people will need more healthcare, adding to the rising costs. So how do we deal with these two costly trends? By making Medicare available to all Americans, not just the elderly. Remember, Medicare is more efficient than private health insurers. whose administrative costs and advertising and marketing are eating up billions of dollars each year. And if more Americans were allowed to join Medicare, it could become even more efficient by using its growing bargaining power to get lower drug prices, lower hospital bills, and healthier people. Allowing all Americans to join Medicare is the best way to control future healthcare costs while also meeting the needs of the baby boomers and other Americans. Everyone should be able to sign up for Medicare on the healthcare exchanges set up under the Affordable Care Act. This would begin to move America away from its reliance on expensive private health insurance and toward Medicare for all, a single-payer system. Medicare isn't a problem. It's part of the solution.
There we go. All right. So thanks for that video. So let's kick this off. Denise, I know you're very, very passionate about this topic of universal care and a single-payer system, and we had Robert there explain that. And since that video was done, we've since had Bernie come out and release that it would be a 2.2% tax, almost like a payroll tax on every wage earner, and then a 6% thereabouts tax for employers to pay. But still, when you look at the numbers, unless you're earning over, I think it was $250,000 or $230,000 a year, your actual net out-of-pocket would be about $5,000 better off when you look at most health plans, what you're paying today versus what you're paying on a single payer. So what are your thoughts on this, Denise, on this single payer? What are your questions? Maybe I can answer some of them.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I've looked and I went to Bernie's site. I'm on Medicare. I'm disabled, so I'm on Medicare. And a lot of people who are on Medicare have the question, because the term Bernie keeps using is Medicare for all. Unfortunately, Medicare, a lot of parts of it are not 100% covered. We don't have dental, for example. Vision's very limited. I'm an amputee, so my prosthetics is only covered 80%. And on it kind of goes. And the more I looked into it, I know a lot of people are questioning this. Is it going to be the same? And I think Bernie's using the term Medicare just because as a country, we all kind of know that term and we're comfortable with that term. Mm-hmm. But it's almost like Medicare Plus, because he's not going to include those donut holes that are in Medicare as it stands. Did you understand that, Nigel?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I think you're right. I think it's unfortunate that he's using the term Medicare for all, and I agree with you. The reason, I believe, is because U.S. citizens are accustomed to what Medicare is, at least understand what it is. But, yeah, when he's explained it further and so forth, as I understood, there'd be no co-pays, and the problems that you see in Medicare would be resolved as part of the universal care. And that's certainly what we experience down in Australia as well. I'm just trying to think. Yeah, you go to the doctor. It's been 15 years since or 10 years since I was in the country, but go to the doctor, didn't pay anything out of pocket, just show your Medicare card. Go to the doctor, basically, it didn't really matter what you did. If you went to a specialist, I think there might have been a small copay if you go to a specialist, and some treatments. But public hospitals were free. Like I remember when my wife, when we had our first child in Australia, all of the pre-care and everything was free. Was all the visits leading up, and then she was actually in labour for 27 hours, and that was covered. I shouldn't say free, right? I think that's part of the thing, right? It's
right.
Not, you're paying for it relative to what you earn. Okay, so whatever your income is sort of determines what your premium is, right? Because it's a percentage. And at that time in Australia, it was like 1.5%. It was just part of your tax that went out on a weekly basis. So we're in labour for 27 hours, had an emergency C-section. Then when, the hospital stayed for 3 days. Then when we went home, a nurse actually came and visited us in the house 3 times over a 2-week period to make sure we were settling in okay and everything else. And the total cost to us was zero. Like, we paid absolutely nothing. We got no bills or anything. And that included she had to have an epidural and all that sort of stuff. And then not only that, I know this isn't part of Bernie's platform, but the government also pays you for the first 12 years of your child's life a subsidy. Then the only way or the only restriction on that is you have to keep up with your child's immunizations. So you just keep up with the immunization schedule, and you actually get what's called a family allowance. So it's an absolutely wonderful system, and if you earn $20,000 a year, it's 1.5%. If you earn $150,000 a year, it's 1.5%. And the other thing they did in Australia was, if you earn over $250,000, you were encouraged to get a private supplement. So, I don't know if you've seen that video clip of Bill Clinton talking in 1993 about single payer, and he was talking about the beauty of the France system, how it has a private element and a public single payer element, a private element to supplement. That's sort of like what it is in Australia. So if you earn over a certain amount, you are encouraged to take out a private supplement. And if you don't, you actually pay an extra % on your taxes. Right? So, but it works really well. It's a great system. So
sounds great.
Yeah.
I mean, it's so opposite here. It's insane. I'm fighting with them right now. I've had cancer since the age of 13, so my whole life has been fighting with insurance companies and trying to get medical coverage. And every time you walk into the door of a doctor's office, it's several $100s, and a specialist is thousands of dollars, and you get a bill a month after the appointment, and you open it up and freak out. And prescriptions on top of that too. One thing so when I was looking, I mean, the thing I would like people to know who are watching, because there were a lot of questions previously about this, that according to Bernie his .com site, it would include all care, emergency, specialty, primary, but also he's including vision and dental, which is dental is so important. I've had a lot of because of the chemotherapy, I've had a lot of dental problems. And that there's no coverage for that for me. That's all out of pocket. And I don't know if you've gone to a dentist here in America. You probably have in America. It's expensive.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. It is expensive, and it gets more expensive, because you've got out of control costs. You've got, obviously the rising malpractice insurance costs, and it's just absolutely insane, some of the stuff that goes on. And that's one of the ways in which single payer actually reduce the cost, right, for that two-prong, because you've got this huge pool of people, so your buying power is now amazing, right? So it actually gives you some leverage, or will give the government some leverage to actually push down the drug prices, so Americans aren't paying 3 and 4 times more what other countries pay for the same drug, which is a big thing. And the other way is you've got that bigger pool. Like sometimes when I first came over here and I started mentioning universal care or single payer, people, they go, oh, but that only works in Australia because there's only 25 million people or 20 million people, and it only works in other countries because it's smaller. It wouldn't work in America. And I'm like, no. It works better in America because the pool is bigger. So out of a pool of 100 people or 1,000 people, you've got a percentage that are healthy and not going to use much healthcare. You've got a percentage that are critically ill and are going to use a lot of healthcare, and then other people in the middle. So it actually works better with 300 million people.
So, Nigel, in Australia, are the doctors private, or are they working for the government in that system?
No, doctors are still private. They go to university, get their licenses. It's just they're dealing with the Medicare office, or we call it Medicare in Australia, but they're dealing with that single payer.
Right.
Everyone carries around a Medicare card. I wish I still had one. I'd show it to you. But everyone carries around a Medicare card, and that's what you use when you go in the office, and it gets swiped, and all your care's paid for. So it's really good.
One of the criticisms a lot of people have used in America is doctors won't be rich anymore because they won't be able to charge these high fees, and no one's going to want to be a doctor anymore. Did you see? You probably didn't see that in Australia. I don't believe that's a problem, but.
It's not a problem. Many of my friends that I went to college with went on to become doctors. No one's backing away from becoming a doctor. Believe me, they still get paid well, and it's still an honourable profession. And look, let me tell you, most people that become doctors and even nurses, I think if you ask them, they're not doing it because of the money, right?
Right.
If you want a career because of the money, you're probably going to become a lawyer. No shot against lawyers. That was just a little joke there. But
Or a banker.
or a banker, right? Or a trader, right?
Hey Nigel, Denise. I don't mean to rudely interrupt this awesome conversation, but I wanted to show you there we do have music going on right now.
We do have music. So, hey, audience out there that are watching this, all 284 of you, I'm just looking across my other screen here. Let us know in the chat if you'd rather hear us stop waffling on about universal healthcare and see the music. Just give us a thumbs up or down in the chat, and we'll follow your lead there.
Yeah, we can show it on. This is just so everybody knows. This is not the official show. This is the local band, I guess, warm up before the speakers or whatever the big show is. But we can certainly watch it. Scott is testing audio right now. It should be a decent board feed. So whatever you guys want to do, I'm gonna pass it back to the 3-shot, and you guys just we'll go from there. Okay.
All right, there you go. Okay, so guys in the chat, let us know. We can cut to being later, but we'll just keep on talking for a little bit. But no, doctors aren't leaving. As I was going to say, doctors and nurses, if you ask most of them why they got in, it's because they care for people and they want to care for people, and their pay and so forth is a reflection of their knowledge and learnings.
And that's the kind of doctor I would want. I've used that argument many times because I see a lot of doctors, and I would prefer to see a doctor who's in it because he loves medicine or she loves medicine, not because they're getting paid a lot of money. That doesn't make a great doctor.
Right. Oh, look at that! We're getting early results. It's literally split down the middle. Oh man, come on! You guys have got to make a decision. You better not carry this. I'm just telling the audience, you better not carry this attitude through to voting. You've got to make a decision.
No, there's no split decision on this. I mean, no, with Bernie, there's no split decision there. Maybe on the color of the drapes, right? Listen, guys, here's what we can do. I need to do this anyway. We need to run a quick audio test of Scott's feed, which he just shut off. Oh, come on, Scott. What are you doing? Don't tease me like that, man. What's going on? All right.
Funny.
Well, I guess that answers that debate right there. I'll get back to you guys and see what's going on with Scott.
All right. Okay. So you want us to continue on?
Keep
Ryan, what do you got in comments already, Ryan? Let's cut to you. What do you got there?
Well, I've got a lot of discussion about healthcare. People have been chiming in for the need for Medicare for all. I have a couple I did want to bring to your attention. What a typical time at I work in economics and healthcare in Sweden. I would like to see how the different clinics will be paid in Bernie's model. That's a big thing. Will he allow private clinics to make profit, for example?
That is a good question. So, you know, and I don't know the answer to this. It's interesting, right? Because I was just having this discussion. I do get into a few debates on social media. I don't know why. I just think I'm that way wired. But I was having this discussion, you know, with someone today, and they said, well, it's very complex. It's so complex. There's so many details. And my retort was, you know, a blade of grass is complex when you look at it too. A leader's primary purpose is to set the vision and to say the destination and the goal is over here, right? To set where we're going, to point out the lighthouse on the hill that we all should be striving for. And while Bernie has done a good job of that and actually gone beyond that in saying it, you know, sort of broad strokes how it would be paid for and how it would be funded using the knowledge that we have, I think details like that still have to be worked out, and I'm sure there's going to be no small number of people that are charged with actually working those details out. I don't know the answer of what happened in Australia. I know that doctors made money. They weren't paid by the government. They were paid by the government, but they weren't employees by the government. They could open private practices if they wanted. They could take patients that wanted to pay through private health insurance and so forth. So I can't imagine that private clinics wouldn't be able to make money. What's going to happen is that they will get paid a certain fee for the services they render, like a consultation. They will get paid a set fee for that consultation, just like under Medicare. That would be my expectation. So, and I'm no way affiliated with Bernie Sanders' campaign, and I'm not implementing the healthcare policy, by the way. So, what else you got there, Ryan? What's your experience with healthcare, Ryan? I mean, we heard Denise's story. What's your experience with healthcare in the country? Are you willing to share something with the folks on air?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, healthcare is one of the most important issues to me for Bernie's campaign. I am on my state's Medicare plan right now. I have Crohn's disease and have been out of work now for a little over a year. I received Social Security too, and so Bernie's campaign really with those 2 points because I'm healthy enough to sit here on my couch and talk to you guys, which is great. I love being able to do something productive like this, but as far as working and holding a job, it's kept me from getting through school. It's kept me from holding a long-term job. And so without a job, I was forced to go to the marketplace first, Obamacare. And it's so funny because they incentivize it. If you are low income, they give you credits and everything and make it really affordable. But if you're unemployed, if you can't work like I was, your premiums are still way higher than you can afford on a $0 a month income. And so luckily I was able to apply for and get approved for my state's Medicare, but it's such a hassle. It's so much more complicated than it needs to be. I jumped through hoops for 3 months to get my insurance, and luckily they were able to kind of set it back where all the medical bills I had during my application process ended up getting covered by my insurance, my Medicare insurance. So thank goodness for that, because otherwise I don't know what I would have done. And there are millions of people out there who have that same dilemma. What do I do? I can't afford this. I can't afford not working, and if I'm not working, then where do I get my insurance? And it's just so much more complicated than it needs to be. We need Bernie. We need universal health care to have that sense of security, to be able to afford my medication that I need every month just to make it day to day. And
no, I absolutely totally agree. And just one thing you said there about the complication, that's one thing I did notice when I came across America. I spend a lot of time, like, you know, I'm gainfully employed, but I still spend a lot of time doing paperwork for medical care. It's unbelievable. You're dealing with your insurance agency, you're dealing with maybe a flex spend agency, you're dealing with the doctor, you've got receipts. It's just a very, very complicated thing. A lot of paperwork shuffles back and forth.
And Nigel, I don't mean to interrupt, but if you can imagine all of that paperwork, and on top of that, you're sick and you don't feel well. The phone calls you have to make when you're in bed sick, that is just it's horrible to have to put somebody who's sick through that. Yeah, you're right. And you were saying earlier on, Denise, you know, those bills come in a month later, sometimes 2 and 3 months later. When my wife went through breast cancer, I remember like the first round, we've been through a couple of rounds, and the first round, it was like about 2 months later, the bills started flooding in, and there were like maybe 50. I laid them all out on the table. There was like 50 or 60 odd pages of invoices, and I actually laid them out because I was like, some of them looked like the same thing, and there were duplicates, you know, and you get this crazy stuff like, this is not a bill, but it'll have an amount on it, you know, or you'll get, this is what you owe pending insurance, and then you've got to wait for the insurance to come in, and like, look, I'm genuinely, for the most part, you know, I pay my bills on time and everything else, but I had to actually let most of them go to 90 plus days and into collection, into threatening collection, in order to make sure that everything had been settled up.
Hey guys, I think the big event's starting, everybody.
Big event's starting already? Wow.
Either that or this is a preemptive. Let's just cut real quick, see what
let's cut over.
It was a total tease. Somebody just walk up there on the podium. Scott, hang on. That was it. I apologize, guys. I'm monitoring this. I'm so sorry. I see Scott pan over, and this woman gets up there, and the crowd's going nuts, and she goes, "Are you guys feeling the burn?" And she walks away. So.
All right, I tell you what, John. Why don't we cut to an ad break, and then when we come back, let's talk about Bernie's campaign passed a huge milestone last night, and when we come back, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Oh, John, it's like you caught me off guard. I wasn't ready for that.
No. It's just that, look, we have another gentleman.
Oh, we've got another person coming up and speaking.
More important group
let's
here.
cut over to this, see what's
Even
going on. I will
probably
cut to the
more
ad
important
if
than
this
Bernie
cuts out
himself,
again, all right?
You got it.
Needs a round of applause. And that's all of you. You guys are the ones that are making this happen. You're the reason that we are going to win Iowa on Monday night. But you can't stop. We're not done yet, all right? It's not enough to come out tonight. You've got to work tomorrow, and you got to work Monday, and you got to bring some people with you, all right? Are we going to get this done on Monday? All right.
They shouldn't be able to hear me, or if they can hear me, they can't hear me much. You want to just cut back? We'll just cut back. I'll keep monitoring like this. You're right. It's just an open thing. Here we go. Ready? Here we go.
All right, we're back on the air. John, let's just cut to the ad. We'll watch the America ad, which is a beautiful ad. Even Hillary said she loved it. So let's watch the America ad, and we'll go from there.
Let us be lovers, we'll marry our fortunes together. I've got some real estate here in my bank, counting the cars on the New Jersey Turnpike. They've all come to look for America. All come to look for America.
I'm Bernie Sanders, and I approve this message.
There you go. The America ad. What a great ad that is. Absolutely great ad.
Awesome.
You like that one, Denise?
Oh, yeah. I grew up on that music. It's great.
That's awesome. Ryan, just before we go on, I forgot to ask you before we cut. You mentioned you're on Medicare and that. What state are you from, if you don't mind saying?
Wisconsin.
Okay.
Wisconsin.
So there you go, Wisconsin. Okay. So I don't know how it works in Wisconsin, but we just had my brother-in-law come up here and stay with us in Charlotte. He's from Arizona, and he's been intellectually disabled since he was 3 years old due to an accident, and he's on Medicare. And the strangest thing in Arizona under Jan Brewer's regime down there is once you're over the age of 18, dental's not covered.
No.
At all.
No.
It's crazy. And I'm like, just because you're 18 doesn't mean your dental stops. Your dental care stops. And he's intellectually disabled. Like, he will never be able to work. Never. Like, it's unbelievable. I just like, how can governments do this? Like, it is absolutely crazy. Absolutely crazy to me. So I don't know if there's rules like that in Wisconsin with a lot of exclusions. That Denise, you're mentioning there were.
It's all over. Yeah, and dental is not covered. And unfortunately, I mean, I've had that argument. It's part of my body, so it should be part of healthcare. But there is, people will go to the emergency room with abscesses of their teeth. They're in so much pain, and they will be treated and given some painkillers, but then they're sent to a dentist from there. And that's not covered. Once you get to the dentist, that's not covered. And you can literally die of infection, in your mouth if you don't have dental. So it's frightening that that's not covered. I've listened. I don't know, Nigel, if you are a fan of Brunch with Bernie. He's on the Tom Hartman show. He used to be. Yep. And people would call up constantly about that. Dental care. What do I do? And he did always say that would be part of my medical plan, dental, vision, all of it inclusive. It would be, even Medicare, believe it or not, separates your hearing aids. That's all separated out too, which it's just ridiculous.
Right. Yeah, it is absolutely crazy. Well, last night, I don't know if you guys were watching. I'm sure you were. I'm sure you were getting the emails from the campaign as it got close to midnight. It was like, this is our final chance to final push before Iowa with the fundraising of that, and we were trying to hit a very magic number, and it was about 11:34. I think I checked the numbers, 11:34 or so, and it blasted through the number, and I think by midnight it was almost 1,000 over. But last night, Bernie Sanders hit over 3 million individual contributions to his campaign. 3 million individual contributions. Now, that's not individual people, but individual contributions, right? So maybe you're giving monthly or whatever the case may be, so you've probably donated 10 times. But, yeah, 3 million individual contributions, biggest number ever, and all before first votes cast in Iowa. Absolutely incredible. Just amazing how big this movement is.
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Puts a big smile on my face, and that's record-breaking, is it not? I think
Absolutely.
He's the first.
First time ever. First time ever. Oh, look at those crowd shots that are starting to come through there.
Ooh.
That is incredible. We're in Iowa City here. I'm not sure on the population of Iowa City, but it looks like there's a fair chunk of them right there. So.
They're so spoiled in Iowa. They've had Bernie for so long now. All these fun events.
They have indeed. All right, okay. John, I don't even know what that means. Chin space, you want me to be up like this or down like this? Or
I didn't have enough room to put the lower third under you without hitting your chin, man. That's what
you want me up more like that?
Yeah, sit up straight, Nigel.
Sorry, folks that are watching. I'm getting instructions from the production room here, and more chin space, and I'm like, I really don't know what that means.
John's a stickler on posture, guys.
No, it's fitting the lower third underneath you dudes, and y'all like to slouch. Well, no, Denise sits up very prim and proper, gives me all sorts of space. Nigel starts off prim and proper and ends up like he's in a lounge.
That's because I'm an old man. By the time it gets to like 9 o'clock in the evening, I'm like, oh, it's bedtime. Looking for my slippers and my cardigan and pajamas and.
I hear you. You have to work for the man, so I understand. You got to work for the man all day. You're tired.
Hey Ryan, what sort of feedback we get there in the comments? Let us know if you've given to the Bernie Sanders campaign, if you're giving on a monthly basis, if you plan to keep giving to Bernie Sanders. I know that even if it's only $5, $10 a month, every little bit helps. And we're coming up to Iowa. Everyone's focused on Iowa, but there's a lot more coming up after Iowa, obviously. We've got New Hampshire, where we expect to do very well. Nevada, I think, will do very well. And I saw some stuff today that said South Carolina is starting to come in play slowly. Like when people hear about Bernie, when people hear his message, from Killer Mike and Dr. Cornel West and those surrogates that are out there. And actually, we just saw another endorsement today from a South Carolina legislator. John, you might have to help me out. You actually tweeted about this, I think, or someone tweeted about this, but I saw his name. We'll get that for you, folks. South Carolina legislator tweeted. Plus, also, we had the endorsement from. There's been a few other profile endorsements coming through, and I don't track the endorsements and say, oh, that's a good one, but it's good
Ellison?
to see them. Yes,
for Ellison.
That's right,
Yeah.
Representative Ellison.
And did you see the article that he pushed out? Basically said, "Oh, there's more coming." Nigel.
Yeah.
There's more coming.
Yeah, so that's very, very encouraging. And I think, Bernie puts in a really good showing in Iowa, or better yet, overperforms in Iowa, and then goes to New Hampshire. All of a sudden, we've already seen it. The media is already starting to take more attention, pay more attention to Bernie, which is fantastic, right? And we'll talk about that a little bit later on in the show if we've got time, some of the attention, because some of it's negative. But the media's starting to pay more attention. If he crunches it in Iowa, crunches it in New Hampshire, all of a sudden you've got a media that has to be engaged, has to be engrossed, and Bernie's name gets out, and then people start to find out about him. The phone bank crews after Iowa will switch their efforts to Nevada and to South Carolina. We'll be ringing people up left, right, and center, and that's where name recognition is going to get out. And I'm telling you, that firewall in South Carolina, it's not that strong. Let me tell you, we will crack that thing wide open. I truly believe we will. What do our folks think out in YouTube land there, Ryan? What do you got? Anything firing up there in the comments?
Yeah, people are talking about donations. Lots of people saying they give every month, and
Nice.
there were a couple people saying, I can't really afford to donate, but I'm doing this instead. And that's really an important message I think we need to get across, is that money is not the only way to give. In fact, money might not even be the most important thing that you can give at this point. It's time and energy and talking to people about Bernie, doing phone banking, flyering, coming here and just, being part of the Bernie experience and
Yes.
the message. It doesn't all have to be dollars and cents, guys. You guys are all doing your part to help Bernie get elected. So kudos to all of you.
Yeah, absolutely, Ryan. I think that's so true. And even just making sure that you're aware of where Bernie stands on the issues and what he stands for, just by even visiting his site, so that when you talk to your neighbors or your colleagues or whoever they may be, and it comes up in conversation, as it will, because at the end of the day, once this Iowa caucus starts, America goes a little bit political crazy. I mean, this country has the longest elections I have ever experienced. In Australia, where it's public elections, it's like 3 months. They call an election, it's 3 months of intensity, done. It's like...
I wish.
I feel like this election's been going on for like 2 years already. It's just crazy.
It kind of has.
Yeah, but if you can talk to one person or two people, three people, whatever, and just get them to at least investigate Bernie, consider Bernie, and that's certainly what's going to do. And as you said, Ryan, phone banking, giving time, all very, very important, and certainly very, very helpful. So passing 3 million individual contributions, first ever. He was the first to pass 2 million, I think, and now the first to pass 3 million. And it just really shows the people power behind this campaign. And as we saw, Hillary's down in Philadelphia with bankers for the $3,500 a plate dinner or whatever it is, and Bernie's out stumping at a free rally, of course. All these rallies are free, and saying join the movement. So it really is the people versus the few. But the people will win. We are. It's funny. I've been thinking of the David Goliath analogy, and it's like David taking on Goliath, but really we are Goliath as well. So I mean, when you look at this in terms of numbers, it's very interesting. All right, John. I see some people milling around up there. I don't see any action or anything like that. Scott, does Scott want to give a cut to us and tell us what's going on?
He's not in the hangout with us, unfortunately. Tonight he's just being a feed provider.
Okay.
He may have an opportunity afterwards if there's a place to go. We don't know. We're looking at the crowd right now, and somebody had just pushed out, wow, look at that crowd. I think they had seen one of the previous shots. But, this is the back. This is the back end. You turn around and you see this massive amount of people, and, it's just phenomenal. We're just waiting for it to start, folks. Got a great feed from Scott.
Right.
This is... what you're talking about. This is unprecedented. You don't see this for any other candidate. Doesn't exist.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. Yeah, the only thing that comes close is being driven by a candidate that is the complete opposite, polar opposite. This is something that gets my goat right now. Yeah, it absolutely annoys me, right? When the media says that Bernie and Trump are the same, right? They're both tapped into the anti-establishment movement. That is where the similarities end.
It gets me too, Nigel. Yeah.
Trump's out there using hate and division and bullying. Bernie is using an inclusive togetherness message, a message that stems from the greatness of this country, right? From e pluribus unum, out of many one, right? It's about the togetherness. It's about the fabric of American society. It's not about division and hate. It's really embracing John F. Kennedy, right? And man, I've got to pull that quote up. You know what, John? I tell you what. Why don't we do a couple of ads on the rigged economy, and then when we come back from those 2 rigged economy ads, let's talk about the viability of Bernie's ideas and the reality of Bernie's ideas, because that all ties into us coming together as a nation.
All right, give me 1 second here. It's After America. First one's rigged here. All right, got it. All right, here we go.
People are sick and tired of establishment politics, and they want real change.
Bernie Sanders, husband, father, grandfather. He's taking on Wall Street and a corrupt political system that keeps in place a rigged economy. Bernie's campaign is funded by over 1 million contributions. People like you who see the middle class disappearing and want a future to believe in.
I'm Bernie Sanders, and I approve this message. It's called a rigged economy, and this is how it works. Most new wealth flows to the top 1%. It's a system held in place by corrupt politics, where Wall Street banks and billionaires buy elections. My campaign is powered by over 1 million small contributions, people like you who want to fight back. The truth is, you can't change a corrupt system by taking its money. I'm Bernie Sanders. I approve this message. Join us for real change.
That's right, real change indeed, real change indeed. So one of the things I tweeted out on the Not Me Us hashtag today was a quote from John F. Kennedy, 35th U.S. president. He said, "Our problems are man-made. Therefore, they may be solved by man, and man can be as big as he wants. No problem of human destiny is beyond human beings." And the reason I like that quote, and I've heard it in other forms as well. There's actually a good film out there called The Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, and it talks about the economic situation in the world and the various factors of the economy, the world economy actually, and what's going on in the world. And one of the economists on there actually used a version of that quote. But what I like about that is, a lot of the media, one of the common things that we're seeing is Bernie will never get it done. I mean, great idea. Like sometimes you get the platitude, oh, great idea. I agree with universal health care. I agree with minimum wage. I agree with paying women the same as men. But you'll never get that through Congress. The way Congress, you'll never get it through. That's not the point, right? If we all come together, we will get it through because the government is for the people, right?
Supposed to be, yeah. and even Bernie, he's mentioned this a few times. His vision of us coming together. For example, Congress is going to vote on something to affect disabled people, let's say, as an example. And he's like, on that day, if we don't have as much control of Congress as we want, on that day, I want all of you outside and for Congress to look out their window and see the American people,
right.
with their signs and, that sort of interaction to say, hey, we are here. You can't ignore us anymore. We're here and we're going to hold you responsible for what you vote today. I think that's very, very powerful.
Absolutely. It's incredibly powerful. I mean, and the media may not be paying full attention right now, but like just today we had the big March for Bernie in New York City.
Yeah.
A couple of weeks ago we had all those March for Bernies around the country. Crowds were huge. I mean, we haven't even begun yet. I mean, this is the power of people. You know, our problems are man-made and they can be man-solved. And what Bernie's doing is he's saying, look, folks, citizens, the vision is out here. Here it is. Here is the vision.
Yeah.
Here's where we need to get to. This is only right. And people are resonating to that. And by the force of people, we will get there. Because that's what a society's all about, right? Standing up for your brother,
Right.
your sister, and coming together, fighting for each other. Because at the end of the day, if society is happier, society is stronger, both economically, morally, emotionally, right?
Healthy.
And healthy, right? Then it's better for everyone. It's better for everyone.
And you brought up Kennedy, who I love, but you think back to that time where they said there's no way you can put a man on the moon. Oh, you're just dreaming. That's not possible. And look what we did, right? It's possible.
Absolutely. Well, even when FDR came to power, right? You know, we were at a very similar time in history when FDR came to power.
Yeah.
It was almost an oligarch society. The capitalists had really taken control. They were trying to establish their own puppet government, and FDR rode into power on the wave of just a lot of enthusiasm and started the New Deal. Was so loved by so many people that the Congress actually had to pass a law putting in term limits, or else he probably still would have been president today. Well, no, he's dead now, but he was elected. Like, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So people resonate with this because at the end of the day, I mean, we are the 99%, right? I mean, it affects a majority of people, and everyone, I think, can resonate for the most part with getting a fair start, that everyone has a fair start, that everyone has a safety net, that should those tragedies and events happen in life that cause you to basically fall off the social and economic ladder, there's a safety net there to catch you. It's only right. It's only right, you know. And you hear these BS arguments, and we get them in Australia too, you know, where the safety net's wrong. We get them from the right wing in Australia as well, where they're trying to constantly, you know, dismantle the social safety net. They go, oh, well, there's welchers, you know, they call them welchers in Australia. There's bludgers. Bludgers the other term. They just sit at home on their sofa all day, you know, eating Weet-Bix, which is a cereal, or you know, doing drugs. They don't work. They don't, and they're just collecting the dole and the unemployment and bludgeon off society. You know what? It doesn't matter what system you have, okay? There will be a percentage, but it's so minute, right? It's so minute to the people that actually do need the care and do need the help, right? That do need the welfare to get back on their feet, right? And how is it possibly fair in any society, and I'm sorry, I'm going off on a real rant here, a real tirade, but how is it possibly fair in any society that if a child is born to parents through no choice of their own, or even a single mum through no choice of her own, because maybe, you know, her boyfriend or husband was a drop beat and whooshed off, or maybe he went away in the military and gave his life for the country, or whatever the reason, right? But a child born into poverty, how is it possibly fair to say to that child, you know what, you're screwed from day one, and not to say, you know what, we're going to guarantee health care for that child, we're going to guarantee education for that child. So if that child's so inclined to go out and achieve and wants to go all the way to college, they'll be able to go all the way to college, to ensure that they get a start just like everyone else, right? That they get the chance. It's unbelievable how it seems like since 1980, and I've only been here since 2004, end of 2004, start of 2005, but it seems like the culture in the country, until Bernie came out with his campaign, and I think he's really awoken a lot of movement in people. I think people were apathetic before he came out, but it seems like we were trending more and more towards a culture that said, if you don't produce, you're not worth anything to society.
Right.
And that's where we were going, and that's the path we were going on. And thank God Bernie has come onto the scene and started this movement, because that is a terrible, terrible society to create, where your value is determined just by how much you earn or how much finance you bring to the economy, or GDP you bring to the economy, because there's so much more to a nation than just a monetary system.
And we're failing too. If you think, since I'm middle aged, I'm Gen X, and the price of college has just gone up and up and up. And my daughter is grown now, but her generation, I saw these kids that were just so intelligent and smart, and their families didn't have enough money to send them to college. That's a whole generation we lost. The brain power. I mean, think of what all those kids could have done had they been able to get a college education and all the things they could have created. That's the America my dad had when he went to college. It was affordable, and that's how we got up into space. The investment of education in our population is so important.
Oh, 100%. I mean, we are becoming a knowledge economy. I think people have to realize that, manufacturing jobs, and even if we stop things like TPP, even if we're able to undo some of the damage done by NAFTA and CAFTA and those trade agreements, all the manufacturing jobs aren't going to come back en masse. They are going to go to the economy, the lowest cost provider. But it is a knowledge economy, and that is definitely one thing we can continue to export from this country and continue to contribute. But to get to that knowledge economy, you need an education. Ryan's got his hand up. Yeah. Ryan, you want to join in?
I do. I just want to address something in the chat right now so we can get back to talking about, you guys are talking about, and that is that people are talking about Bernie speaking right now. Bernie's doing multiple events today, and he will be coming to the rally that we are covering tonight. But the streams that everyone is posting are corporately owned. You guys know that we can't play those, so if you guys will just be patient and stick with us, we will be bringing you Bernie. I can tell you that. So sorry that we cannot cover the corporate feeds. We don't want to get shut down again. So I hope that clears things up for you. We will have Bernie tonight. Back to you guys.
Great. Thanks for that. Yeah, it's look, it's always a challenge for us. I think we're on our third station right now, John. I think this is our fourth station.
Five. This is Channel 5. You've been so busy with your work for the man that you don't even know we've been shut. This is Channel 5, dude.
There you go, Channel 5. I had my daughter at a Girl Scouts event today. They were learning about patents and patent law and so forth. And I got a chance to speak to the hosts afterwards, and I said, I do some, I called it indie broadcasting. I hope you don't mind that, John. I said, I do some indie broadcasting, and I said, we have such problems with, like, fair use and fair use of media. I said, it's crazy. We've been shut down multiple times. And I said, yeah, you see the other networks and stations, they using clips all back and forth, and they don't get shut down. I'm just like, it's unbelievable, like copyright laws and fair use laws and
yeah, unless I'm part of the money game, unless we agree to be part of the money game, Nigel, we have no protection, we have no recourse, and I refuse to put any money in the hands of corporate media through YouTube and their egregious abuse of the First Amendment through the Digital Millennium Copyright Act. So that's why. So sorry, guys, but we have this feed is a beautiful feed from Scott Galinda's reader-supported news. It's independent news, and quite frankly, we need to just remove ourselves, disavow ourselves of mainstream media, and focus on the truth, which comes from independent media, people like Scott, people like the Young Turks, people like us.
And John, I see we've got some people on stage. Let's hear what they're saying.
Let's see if we can't do that. Sorry, folks.
The most inspirational candidate that certainly I've ever seen. And I need to ask you, because I am not a candidate that certainly I've ever seen. Because I am not from Iowa. I'm from South Carolina. I can't caucus. Raise your hand if you're from Iowa. So I know that you're here to see Bernie tonight. and I know that you're here to see Vampire Weekend tonight. But I need you to be at your caucus location Monday night at 6:30. Get there early. And I need you to know that I am thankful for you, Iowans. I am thankful that it can start here, that the revolution can start here. So be there to caucus and make sure that you take friends with you.
Hey, my name's Nathan. I am the University of Iowa campus organizer here. Thank you. And I came all the way from Vermont because I've seen that Bernie, over his entire career in public service, cares about you as a human and not just for the amount of money in your wallet. And I think that's the perspective that we need in government. And I want to tell all of you to tomorrow and to Monday to come out to one of our field offices for a Get Out the Caucus shift. Because if people vote, Bernie Sanders will win. If people caucus, we will win. The Iowa City field office is at 702 South Gilbert Street. It's right next to Gumby's, and I want everyone in this room to come for a Get Out the Caucus shift at 9 a.m., 12 p.m., 3 p.m., or 6 p.m. On Sunday, 9 a.m., 12 p.m. or 3 p.m. on Monday to help us turn voters out and make sure that Bernie Sanders is the next president of the United States.
All right. Okay, so I want you guys to raise your hands if you want. If these things are anywhere on your radar of important issues. Sorry. Raise your hand if affordable education is important to you. Yes. Keep it raised if you believe health care should be a right and not a privilege. That we should keep good paying jobs in the United States of America. If you believe in equal pay and reproductive rights for women. If you believe in justice and criminal reform. And if you want to get moneyed interests out of the political system of the United States. Now I want to see how many of you are going to caucus on Monday. As Iowans, we have a first-in-the-nation opportunity to speak with a collective voice about who we want to be the president of the United States. People are paying attention to us, and we still have work to do. Nate mentioned all of the shifts that we have. You guys need to help us out, because without you, we can't do this. We need to talk to all of our supporters tomorrow. You need to show up at the field office. There's a staging location out of Utopia in North Liberty. Go there. We need your help tomorrow and all of Monday. Without you, we cannot do this. Bernie Sanders has been standing up for us for decades, for all of the things that we believe in. For you and for the generations to come, you need to show up on Monday night so we can make Bernie Sanders the next president of the United States. Let's make it happen.
Damn, this is beautiful. My name's Fred. I'm from Massachusetts. I came out here actually 4 months ago. I was out in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean hauling nets, and I got off the boat to come out to Iowa because I feel like we gotta bring our country back from CEOs, the wealthy Wall Street. Take it back, man. We gotta take this country back. Hey, how many of you are Iowans? How many of you know your caucus location? Hey, if you need to know it, you text 823. Nope. 82623, and it's gonna give you your caucus location. It's pretty cool. So yeah, everybody go out caucus February 1st.
Okay, and one last thing. Okay, who is a University of Iowa student who's from Iowa? Okay. So every single one of you who is a University of Iowa student from Iowa, Text someone from your hometown. If you are not from Johnson County is strong. But I need you to text someone from your hometown, somewhere elsewhere in Iowa, and make sure they know how and where to go Monday night to caucus for Bernie Sanders.
One more time, text 8263, text caucus to 82623, and you'll get your address. That number one more time. 82623. It's on all of your pamphlets. Text caucus there. Find your location. Participate. February 1st. Together, we will win. Thank you. Enjoy the show.
So we're back. So it looks like they're firing up the crowd there and giving some caucus instructions and trying to making sure that people know that they are caucusing and just really generally firing up the crowd. But Ryan, I saw some comments come through on the YouTube. Is Bernie going to be here? And he's already streaming on another event and so forth. But it's our understanding Bernie is going to be here tonight. He's going to kick this thing off or intercede in it at some point in the evening, along with some other guest speakers, correct?
This is a Bernie event, and Scott, did you see what Scott was saying earlier in there, that it's kind of in the round? He's kind of centered in between. It's beautiful. So anyway.
Yeah. Well, the other thing I saw Scott was saying down there, Denise, is people have actually been camping out for this event. Are you serious? I can't imagine camping out in Iowa at this time of year.
No. I know when he was here in Seattle, though, I thought, oh, I'll go a few hours early and, read a book and wait. I was there 3 hours early, and the line was already way down the street, and it was nuts. So, you got to show up early.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we have people camp out here when we're about to do a live stream on YouTube, but that's digital camping. There's not too much cost to do that. So we've got 430 odd people right now. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up on YouTube, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and keep watching us. We're going to be going all the way through. Ryan, what have you seen? Anything interesting come up in the comments there?
Yeah, we just have a lot of Bernie love right now. In fact, Bad Wolf Time Lady said Bernie is love, and I happen to stand by that too. Jesse Ferris said Bernie Sanders is needed. Our revolution has our leader. Don't be afraid. We are the 99. We are coming. Hashtag not me. So
Nice.
Everyone keep spreading that
That's
hashtag
great.
around. Yeah, just a lot of really good positive message. Aaron Smith, Bernie is everything I want, not only for myself but for my daughters. A man of such integrity who promises unity and longevity. We are Bernie. Feel the burn. Hashtag not me, us. So yeah,
Awesome.
it's a 450 people now hanging out, talking about Bernie. Great Environment here.
Yeah, absolutely. But it is true. It is not me, us. And that's definitely an interpretation of that, right? It's not just even as an individual, right? It's not just about me. It's about us as a nation. It's about your family. Okay, it might be about your older generation, or older family members, or younger family members. What Bernie is proposing, his platform, extends across the whole of the country, right? And that's really what we're building. I just see a comment in our production room, Sean Porter. Twitter is going crazy right now, so that's good. Twitter is going off. If you're not on Twitter, folks, I got on Twitter a few months ago, and I'm getting the hang of it. And if I can get the hang of it, a dumbass Aussie like me, I'm sure everyone else can get the hang of it too. So jump on there, follow those Twitter accounts. So we're going to pop them up on the screen for you again, so you can see what they are. It's HG Segala, it's Aiden King, it's Bernie Sanders, and the hashtag you're looking for is hashtag not me, us. So that's what you need to do. So yeah, we were talking before, Denise, about the people are going to help Bernie get his legislation through, and there's a great, absolutely great. Robert Reich gave his endorsement, right? There was a great quote in the Robert Reich endorsement where he said, Hillary Clinton, I like her. I've known her for 19 years and so forth, and Hillary Clinton is the president for the system we have. But Bernie Sanders is the president for the political system we need and deserve.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
And that's the crux of the issue right here. And I was having this conversation with someone else today. They said, "Wow, the system the way it is, you won't get it through." And I'm like, "So what? We're just meant to lay down and accept that, right? Are we just meant to just lay back and go, well, the system's broken. We'll just accept a few more crumbs from the table as more and more wealth concentrates at the top and eventually throws our entire economy and society into collapse? Or do we fight it and change it now and return the government to one of for the people and that actually represents the people so that your vote, my vote, Ryan's vote, John's vote, and everyone's vote actually has a say? Because right now they've done study after study where they've said, we're heading towards plutocracy, we're heading towards oligarchy and so forth, and with the corporate power and Citizens United, our votes are almost worthless under the current system. So we've got to fight that, right? Because the government is serving the corporate interests.
Right.
They're not serving the people, and that's really what we're changing, right? It is basically the people, and by the fact that enough people will get out and vote, and Bernie will be carried into office on a landslide. Okay, that will start the movement. And then, as you said, when the legislation comes up, when Bernie uses the bully pulpit of the presidency to set the tone, set the vision, to say, here's the lighthouse out here, here's where we're heading for, and people rally behind him, and then people march on Washington, and senators realize that, hey, they're about to lose their job if they don't get behind and start serving the needs of the people. That's when change happens, and that's how change happens. All change in history happens with a movement of many, many people. And
Exactly. That's exactly right,
Yeah, so very, very exciting stuff. So I know we're watching the stage there. We're waiting to see Bernie come up. I want to take a music break. Do you want to take a music break, Denise?
Yeah, that'd be great.
All right, let's take a music break. We've got a great song. You might have seen for a while on our station. I love this song. It's by Weekends for Bernie, and it's absolutely fantastic. So we're going to cue that up, play that song. It goes for about 4 minutes, and then we're going to come back and see where we're at.
Walking on it, or trying to run around it. This ain't no acrobatics. You to follow or you lead, yeah, I'm talking about you. Keep on blaming the machine, yeah, I'm talking about it. Difference in our world. And although most men are hoes, he goes on the talk shows and blows them away with wisdom and pearls. But I don't sweat it, cause his rivals are pathetic, and anyone who races him will live to regret it. I know that nobody's perfect, and I give props to those who deserve it, and believe you guys, he's worth it. So here's to the future, cause we got through the past. We finally found somebody who rocks at last. Bernie, you're so crazy. I think America's your lady. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. A mighty, mighty good man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. I can say it again now. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. My man's a Jew like Larry, his voice a raspy bass, a body like Costanza with a Mel Brooks face. He's smart like a doctor with a real good rep, and when he's on the road he says it's quite a schlep. Each and every speech and every time I see him, I know the rest of the pack can't beat him. He never took a dime from a corporation yet, a more compassionate passionate man you have never ever met. He keeps it 100 just like Wilmore. He's not a wannabe or a lobbyist whore. He dresses like a Sadie, but even in jeans, he's a Brooklyn Center original, the man of our dreams. Yes, he has the right priorities for social security. He cares about the earth, children, women, and minorities. See, the other guys try to sneak in their sneaky shit, but every time they try it, we say, don't try it. But not this man. He's got the right potion. Every debate is like poetry in motion. He's pro-free education and he's anti-war. They might vote against him, but he cares about the poor. He's good on immigration and wants women to be choosing. Once people read his platform, there's no way he will be losing. He always has heavy conversation for the mind, cause in Congress, smart men are just impossible to find. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Mighty, mighty good man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. What a mighty good man. He's a mighty, mighty good man. Y'all hear me? Now check it out. My man loves the country, there's nobody kinda. I don't even mind he hasn't got a vagina. He writes legislation and does everything great. With his knowledge and his facts, he can win any debate. He believes in equity and family leave. He's got wage increases hidden up his sleeve. He's a quality man who never ever panders. The most ethical and moral, Senator Sanders. A lover and a fighter, he'll break up the banks. He'll tax the crazy rich without requiring thanks. The country really needs him, he's always got our back. Never disrespectful, cause his Jewish mother taught him that. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. A mighty, mighty good. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Alright, go to BernieSanders.com. What a mighty good man. Give him some money. Then later on, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Give him your vote. Give him your vote. If you're not registered to vote, go get registered. We're not playing around here. BernieSanders.com. Because I said so.
You like that one, Denise?
That was great. I haven't seen that one before.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Going back there, it probably shows how long since I've been on the air, but definitely one of my favorites. I do like that. What a mensch. What a mensch. I like that line, you know, he's never disrespectful because his Jewish mother taught him that. It's very, very funny. Very, very funny. You know, Bernie's obviously, you know, he said a lot of comments as well about war. You know, there was a couple of things flashed up in that song there about caring for the veterans and so forth, but also that war is of last resort. You know, it's a war of last resort. And one man that actually lived through a time of war was Dwight D. Eisenhower, and he had this quote to say. He said, "Every gun that is made, every warship launched, every rocket fired signifies, in the final sense, a theft from those who hunger and are not fed, those who are cold and are not clothed. This world in arms is not spending money alone. It is spending the sweat of its laborers, the genius of its scientists, and the hopes of its children." And that a very, very powerful quote. That was one of the things that I tweeted out today with the Not Me Ask, because, and I was saying at the top of the show, Bernie Sanders is cut from the same mold as FDR, as Dwight Eisenhower, as John F. Kennedy, right? You look at the greatest presidents, JFK, the greatest presidents that we've had in the history of this nation, and Bernie is right there with them in the way in which he cares for people, the way in which he cares for the nation, the way in which he cares about our position in the world, and his total integrity. I mean, he honestly will be one of this country's greatest presidents. History will show that he will be one of this country's greatest presidents.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
So there you go. Oh, excuse me, I have a phone call coming in.
Oh, I thought that was the music. Right, how's the chat?
People were people were going crazy over that music video. The dresses that those women were wearing were pretty out there. Seeing 3 old Jewish women twerking was quite the sight in the chat. There was a question, well, not a question, a request to address Noam Chomsky. If either of you could touch on that for them.
Okay. To address Noam Chomsky. Maybe in a little bit more way. In which way are we addressing Noam Chomsky?
And he spoke kindly of Bernie the other day. I don't know if it was a endorsement per se, but I know he. John shaking his head. No, it was not an endorsement.
It wasn't a tacit endorsement. It was probably as close to maybe as close to as Elizabeth Warren has come in terms of an endorsement, echoing the value of what Bernie's saying, I guess, but not a tacit endorsement. I expect that will be coming. As John was mentioning, with the representative in South Carolina, in the letter he wrote, that more people are lining up to endorse Bernie. And I think there was a YouTube put out there by another indie producer, but he was talking about failure to convince members of Congress. And I think right now what you're seeing a lot of members of Congress and a lot of people holding off on their endorsement. Right? They're wanting to see what happens at Iowa. They're wanting to see what happens at New Hampshire before they throw their hat into the ring. And that's because they've grown up in this political system of where, you can get cut out if you come out too early and don't endorse. Like, it was very famous, I was reading about the South Carolina firewall for Hillary Clinton, and they said that when Bill Clinton first built that South Carolina movement around the Clintons, one of the things that happened was the campaign went through, they told a lot of South Carolina lawmakers, if you don't want to be cut out, you better get on and endorse us. And that's persisted. That's why that part of the country actually has a lot of name recognition and support for Hillary Clinton, because the local lawmakers there are still in that mold. But we're slowly starting to see that pulled away and a break from that. So it's just unfortunate that that's the way politics is played or has been played up until now. So I think, Noam. Again, he doesn't have a political career. I don't know why he's not coming out with a tacit endorsement. But we think it would be very soon. So, but he did. Yeah.
Did you get out? I mean, I just want to ask if I don't know if you read that or just kind of glimpsed at the article. I just kind of glanced at it, but it seemed discouraging. What I got out of it was Noam was saying it's not going to happen. Bernie's great, but things are too corrupt. It's not going to happen. That's what that was kind of my feel. And it's just. That's what I just want to throw that in.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, I mean, we're all putting ourselves out there, right? By supporting Bernie, we're all putting ourselves out there, and when people say, it's not going to happen, it's too corrupt or whatever, I say, I'll be damned if I'm not going to try, right? I'll be damned if I'm not going to try. So, but yeah, I agree, John. Look, and he wouldn't be the first that sort of said that, right? And some have said it much more forcefully, like some of the Washington Post commentators and so forth have said it much more forcefully. Like, we're just seeing like this rise of attacks, attack pieces and hit pieces come out against Bernie Sanders now, and you know what? Bring him on, because Bernie has really a pretty rock solid argument here, and his rock solid argument is, you know what? We're going to try, and why shouldn't we try? It's wrong not to try, and it's wrong to continue this current system of corrupt government. So, we got a great quote up there from Martin. Yeah, let me pronounce that one. Niemoller? Is that how you pronounce his name? Niemoller?
I don't know. Somebody's pushed this out in social, and I've been using it every day because I love this. Because this is what it comes down to, folks. When they came for me, there was no one left to speak out. We are speaking out right now. If we don't do it now, we lose this country, folks.
Yeah, absolutely. That is so true, and I think that's part of the challenge. When you speak to people and they say, well, things aren't that bad. Well, it may not be that bad for you right now, but it's getting worse. I mean, I'm fortunate, in the career that I've ended up in, where I am, but even I see it. I see that people are traveling backwards. In relativity, they are traveling backwards. Things are getting tougher. They're getting harder. We saw a lot of a shakeout from the 2007-2008 economic collapse caused by the banks and the financial institutions and the reckless gambling. That's what it was, the reckless gambling that was occurring on Wall Street. Sorry, I was just seeing Sean Sporter's comment there in production. I'm sorry, I didn't lose my train of thought. But we saw in that period, we saw a lot of people lose their savings, lose their retirement, and we saw people lose their houses. We saw people in careers that were good paying careers, maybe 70, 80, 90K a year, good paying careers, white collar jobs, lose their jobs because of it, and end up going basically now they're working at Walmart, they're working at McDonald's, stuff like that, and haven't been able to recover yet. I've got some friends that I spoke to that were computer programmers that they got in the shakeout, and they told me, you know, that they got a job a year ago, got back in the workforce a year and a half ago, and they said that what they were earning now was almost as much as they were earning 10 years ago. So that's basically sad. 10 years. They've gone nowhere. They've actually gone backwards.
We are going backwards. The numbers seem to point that way. And the saddest part is, you know, it's a snowball. You lose your job. Then next comes your house. And they've seen the numbers with that too. The divorce rate goes skyrocketing, and the families fall apart. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. We've seen unfortunately, a lot of suicides. When you don't have money, you don't have, you know, you hit rock bottom. It's terrifying, especially for people who have always sort of been, you know, working class, been able to make ends meet, and now they're not able to. It's terrible, and we haven't fixed it. You know, we hoped Obama would, but he's tried, and it just hasn't worked. And again, we're talking about working within the system. Obama's been kind of working within the system, and I think that's part of the big failure, you know.
Absolutely, and that's, you know, and that really is the stark difference between Hillary and Bernie.
Yeah.
And look, Martin O'Malley, you know, may surprise on the upside, but it would definitely be a 600-to-1 type bet. But the stark difference is that, you know, Hillary's saying, you know what, I know how to work within the system. I know how to move things through. But the stuff that's going to move through is going to be incremental. It's going to be literally scraps from the table. It's not going to reform and resolve these structural issues that we have. And 4 years from now, 8 years from now, we are going to be even worse off. We've got to take this on now. It has been too long. Ever since the 1980, you know, really since the election of Ronald Reagan, the voodoo economics, the trickle-down theory, and the constant erosion of rights, the constant, you know, tilting of the tax system to favor corporations and the wealthy. And now the most recent installment is the tilting of free speech and the political system and our democracy towards the wealthy and the corporates. So government has now become a puppet of what they want. You know, the introduction of ALEC a few years ago, that's writing horrible legislation around the country, and it's being passed around on all matters of things like education and so forth. It's just creating a permanent underclass in this country, and we can't allow that to happen. It is not the society that we want to go into. I just don't know how anyone can stand for that. Look at those crowd shots, Denise. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, my goodness.
Wait, that looks like Bernie. I see the hair.
Whoa.
I see the hair. Bernie's in the crowd. Folks, we're going to cut to the stage.
Oh, yeah.
You got to get more excited than that. Come on. Gotta get more excited than that. Come on. Are you guys better? Are they better? Yeah. Are they better? Are you guys? Hey, are you guys excited? Who's excited? Who's excited? Who's excited? Oh, this is awesome. I'm not impressed. You guys got to get more excited than that.
Yeah, we need more excitement. We need more
More,
excitement.
more.
Get up. Get up.
Yes.
Get up. We're the Lucas Bros.
We're the Lucas Bros. We tell jokes sometimes.
Yeah, we look the same.
We look alike. Why did you wear a sweater?
I didn't do my washing today, man.
That's all right.
Yeah.
That's fine. You should have done some washing.
I know,
man.
I know.
You should have done it.
I know.
You should have done some washing.
Yeah. So who's here for Vampire Weekend?
False to the people. Who's here for Bernie Sanders?
Who's here
That's
for
what I wanna know.
That's good. That's good.
That's what I like to
That's
hear.
good. Yeah.
That's what. You can't hear me? No?
What?
Oh, turn the mics up.
Turn the mics up. Hey.
Hey, somebody got to.
I do remember you. I do remember.
Oh yeah, we saw you earlier.
Oh, so
we want to start the loudest Bernie chant ever.
Ever.
So on a count of three, everyone say Bernie.
Say Bernie.
On a count of three. And we want this to be the loudest ever.
Ever.
1, 2, 3. Bernie, 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 Bernie. Woo! That was great.
That's beautiful.
You guys are so lovely.
That's great.
I really love Iowa.
I do too.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
You guys are so great.
You guys, did they beat you guys Duke in basketball?
What?
They beat did Iowa beat Duke in basketball?
Yeah, they probably will.
Yeah.
They're fantastic this year.
Yeah. Iowa and State.
All right. So wait, who's Iowa?
Is it?
Iowa State. I'm sorry. I got to stick with the Iowa. I got to, it's the Hawkeyes.
Yes.
This is going to be a very fun night, but most importantly, remember that you guys have to go caucus. This doesn't matter if you don't caucus.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the most important thing. So remember, Monday. I don't know what it means to caucus, but just go do it.
Make sure you do it.
Yeah, 6:30. They close the doors at 7, so you got to be there.
Yeah.
I think they just said that in that video.
Yeah.
But we got to repeat it because you got to do it. Because again, this doesn't matter if you don't caucus.
That's right.
You got to be in line? Really? So if you're in line before the doors close, if you're in line before the doors close, you can still get in. Unless it's some dude who's a stickler. He's going to
That's right.
I don't know.
Oh, I love that right there. The American, that's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Very beautiful.
I love you too.
You're
twins?
Where?
Identical? Oh, give it up for the identical
Any
twins.
more
Identical twins in here? Anyone? You're identical twins? Really? We got more? Unless it's some dude who's a stickler. He's going to
That's right.
I don't know.
Oh, I love that right there. The American, that's beautiful.
That's beautiful.
Very beautiful.
I love you too.
You're
twins?
Where?
Identical? Oh, give it up for the identical
Any
twins.
more
identical twins in here? Anyone? You're identical twins? Really? We got more? Really? Oh. You guys don't look alike. You're lying to me. All right. Wait. You guys are identical. You guys are twins. You guys are triplets? Oh, they got the same haircut. Oh, I'm sorry. It's just it's a dope haircut, man.
Haircut.
All right, twins. Twins. Yeah, you guys are very much twins.
Yes.
There hasn't been twin presidents yet.
Yes.
You're twins? Fraternal twins
Fraternal?
right here. Interracial fraternal twins. Interracial fraternal twins. It's beautiful. Anything in America. You want to bring out? We got to bring out. Yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to do it?
All right.
Or
So
you want me to do it?
You may know this. Wait.
You want me to do it?
Yes.
You want me to do it?
You do it.
I'll do it. Our next act. She's an Iowa native. She's from Iowa. So
Yes.
you got to give it up right there.
Yes.
She just moved back from California here, so that's awesome.
Yep.
let's give it up for Lizzie.
Yep.
Yeah.
Give it up for Lissy.
Lizzie. Where are you at? Oh, she's right there. You gotta go look over there.
Go over there. Go over there.
Yeah.
See you guys later.
Hello. You set the sun, I feel your way. I look at the ocean so big and bright. My only ghost is what I feel the most. I left you on the coast with something only I can see. What kind of world will there be when I wake up from this dream? I hear you call so far away. When I'm afraid, and don't you give up on me as I dive into the dark, slip into the endless sea. Don't you give up on me, are you swimming in the stars, breathing in eternity? Don't you give up on me, you are the moon, I feel your way. Tug at the ocean, you help me shine. And you keep on reminding me of the darkness only I can see. Oh, 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 oh. What kind of world will there be when I wake up from this dream? I hear you call so far away. Just keep me close when I'm afraid. And don't you give up on me as I dive into the dark, slip into the endless sea. Don't you give up on me, are you swimming in the stars, breathing in eternity? Don't you give up on me, don't you give up on me now. 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 Don't you give up on me as I dive into the dark, slip into the endless sea. Don't you give up on me, are you swimming in the stars, breathing in eternity? Don't you give up on me. Thank you so much. It is such an honor to be here. I was just told yesterday that I could come and sing. I'm such a huge supporter of Bernie's. Give it up for Bernie Sanders! He's the real deal. He's consistent. He wants to overturn Citizens United. He wants to do so many incredible things like focusing on infrastructure and healthcare and student debt and not bog us all down with hate and divisiveness. And I'm so inspired by him. This next song I wrote, it's, he also stands up for women's rights, and this song's called Daughters. Keep that tender heart, all the pain you take and make the stars. In this life you learn your strength and strive. You're more than just a mistress or a wife. When it's not safe to walk these streets, joy fruit. Not easily defined, not following suit. You're in a world that's run on pride and force. The women of the world, we have a voice. When it's not safe to walk these streets, gangs and tribes and clubs of peace. When will there be peace? Will there be peace? Yes. We're the daughters, we're the damned and doomed. Give us your violence, we won't be silent. Ooh, we're the shelter, we're the helpers. Ooh, we're the daughters, we're the daughters. 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 We're the daughters, daughters. Hey now, we're the daughters. We're the sisters who carry the war. We are the mothers too. We are each other. We are the others who we are the daughters. We are the daughters. We are the damned and doomed. Give us your violence, we won't be silent. Ooh, we are the shelter, we are the helpers. Ooh, we are the daughters. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, we're the daughters. Yeah, we're the daughters. Thank you. I'm Lissy, and give it up for Bernie. I want to take your picture too. Thank you guys, you're great, and so glad to be here. Go out and caucus, show your support for Bernie, and have a great night.
There are those who say we cannot defeat a corrupt political system and fix a rigged economy. But I believe we need to lift our vision above the obstacles in place and look to the American horizon. To a nation where every child can not only dream of going to college, but attend one. Where quality health care will be a birthright of every citizen. Where a good job is not a wish, but a reality. Where women receive equal pay and a living wage is paid to all. An America where after a lifetime of labor, there is time for rest and grandchildren. A nation that defends our people and our values, but no longer carries so much of that burden alone. I know we can create that America if we listen to our hearts, and that journey begins here in Iowa. I'm Bernie Sanders. I approve this message, and I ask you to join with us at the caucuses on Monday night. Thank you.
Hashtag LOL. Oh, hi Iowans. I'm Justin Long, and I've had a lot of fun in your state. I've really enjoyed being here. Thank you for being welcoming and supportive, even if you're not necessarily supporting Bernie. And this is something I would say to all of you is get out there on Monday and caucus, please, for the sake of our democratic process, for the sake of our future. Caucus, caucus, caucus. Don't be a caucus blockus.
Hello. Look, it's Iowa. Hi, this is Brendan Hines. Nice to see you again. Hey, what are you doing on February 1st? That's Monday, February 1st at 6:30 p.m. Oh, you're gonna caucus for Bernie Sanders. That's right. Hey, you know where you're supposed to go to do that? No? Oh, that's fine. Go to iowademocrats.org and you can find out. Iowa is in an incredibly rare and unique position going into the rest of the primaries, you're going to give everybody else the opportunity to vote for Bernie Sanders. And I know that I want to. I've been voting for 21 years, and I've never been able to vote for anybody like him. And that's because there never has been anybody like him before. So, Iowa, it's a big moment for you. We need an incredible turnout on Monday, February 1st, 6:30 p.m. Please go and caucus for Bernie Sanders. Thank you very much.
That was a great, video. Okay. Hey, hey, we're back. We're talking at the same time. We can't do that. Oh no, don't say anything. No. Who's Audrey? I wanted to take a picture of the crowd. Oh yeah. Lissy inspired me. Okay. So I want you to pull the signs up, man. We need the signs. There we go. Wait. All right, go right there. Should we take a selfie? There we go. All right, I want to take a selfie. Oh, I'm gonna give you something. Oh, but I Googled. I'm taking a selfie. Oh. I'll take it this way. Oh, you want me to come down? Oh yeah, I'll come down. Shoot. Yeah. Yo, Candy, come. Oh yeah. Oh, we'll come on that side. We'll go on that side next. All right, on the count of 3. You guys can't hear me, right? There we go. All right. We'll take it with the other twins. I gotta separate from my brother. All right. You want to stump? Yeah, let's stump. All right, we're gonna stump. We'd like to be the first twin vice presidents. Yep. Of all time. Yep. We won't do anything. Nope. But VPs don't really normally do anything anyways. So whatever. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Yeah. How do we got to change the Constitution to become twin VPs? That's such a cool sign right there. What, the one that's blinking? Yeah. You need to fix the lights. You got to fix the lights. They're all messed up. It's all messed up. Oh, you guys, can I have one? I'll give it back once I'm done. So you guys know this guy. His name's Bernie Sanders. Yes. He's running for president, and he's not going to get it unless you guys caucus for him. So remember, please, caucus. Oh, yeah, I looked it up. Oh, you looked it up? Because I didn't know what it was. You did? Apparently, it's a big event. Apparently, the Iowa caucus, according to Google, is an electoral event in which residents of the U.S. state of Iowa, you guys, take a picture, you guys, meet in precinct caucuses in all of Iowa's 1,681 precincts and elect delegates. I guess this mattered to you guys. I'm not from Iowa, so you guys have 99 counties. I think they know all this. Oh, I think they're fine with it. They know this? I think they know it. Oh, they know it. I think we should just bring up the next. I think I should. I think. Do you want to do it, or you want me to do it? You want me to do it? I'll do it. I'm sorry for wasting your time, guys. That's okay. People have Google. Yeah. He likes to use Google too much. But the next act, she's a musician. She's going to be over there, not over here. Her name's Jill Sobley. Yeah. Give it up. Jill Sobley.
Hello. I'm going to bring out a couple friends to sing with me, Michelle Lewis and Kay Hanley. And, hello. Can you hear that? So I'm going to start with a song about the history of immigration in the United States, and usually I don't start with the chorus, but I thought maybe if you guys start, I'll sing the chorus first, because then maybe you guys will want to sing it with me when it comes back around. Will you do that? Okay, so here, and this is a question that is always burning on my mind. When they say we want our America back, our America back, our America back. When they say we want our America back, well, what the fuck do they mean? Do you have it? Remember the Garden of Eden, before Eve hung out with that snake. You could walk down the street, not worry about thieves. All the kids could go trick-or-treating. Then those foreigners started coming in, like the Germans in 1790. Then the Irish arrived, the potato blight. The neighborhood started changing. Life was better, we lived right. Life had a paler shade of white. When they say we want our America back, our America back, our America back. When they say we want our America back, well, what the fuck do they mean? Before there was Ellis Island, and that statue we got from the French. Well, that whore's still alerting with strangers she's flirting, inviting them into our beds. The guineas, the coolies, the wetbacks, the reds, the Jews, now those terrorists. And who let in the woman looks after my kids, and the one who is cleaning my mess. Life was righteous, life was clean. Send them all back, including me. When they say we want our America back, our America back, our America back. When they say we want our America back, well, what the fuck do they mean? Check it out. Before the gays had the agenda, before the slaves were free, before that man from Kenya, he took the presidency. When they say we want our America back, our America back, our America back. When they say we want our America back, well, what the fuck do they mean? A cappella! When they say we want our America back, our America back, our America back. When they say we want our America back, well, what the fuck do they mean? Thank you. So, a lot of my friends are very scared of the whole phrase of democratic socialist. And I have to tell them that whether they know it or not, they are. And so I wrote this kind of Schoolhouse Rocks to explain it. You guys ready? Yeah. Yes. Who is a democratic socialist? If you don't know it, I would say it's most of us. It's nothing to fear, just look in the mirror. You are a socialist too. Are you for Social Security? Certainly. Are you for Medicare? Glad it's there. The bridges and streets, the good concrete. And don't forget the national parks. Who's not a democratic socialist?
Chairman Mao wasn't a democratic socialist.
You won't be ordered to sing that international song or wear black pajamas like the Viet Cong. The Trump freedom singers.
Cowardice.
Are you serious?
Apologies for freedom.
I can't handle this.
When freedom rings,
answer the call.
On your feet,
stand up tall.
Freedom's on our shoulders, USA.
If you really think about it, it's not radical. You can still be sort of rich, not incompatible. There's plenty to spare, just throw in your share. Absolutely everyone deserves health care. Who is a democratic socialist?
Most of us.
Your granddad was a democratic socialist. The GI Bill, the WPA, wonderful things made in the US of A. You don't have to raise an angry clenched fist,
although you might look kinda fierce if you did.
You care about your fellow man, I know that you do. You are a socialist, a democratic socialist. You are a socialist too. Oh, where's the other? We got two more, and we were trying to think of a good cover song, and we really love this song. Would you want to?
Yeah, this is a song that was originally written by Nick Lowe and then recorded and made famous by an awesome, probably democratic socialist, Elvis Costello.
Yeah.
Because he's from Europe. So this is an excellent song, and we would like to play it for you. Y'all tune? Hey, who is going to caucus Monday night?
I don't see everybody.
Does everybody know where their caucus location is? You guys are like super punk rock in Iowa with this caucus thing. It's kind of fucked up, but we love it. We've learned to love it. And we've decided that the Iowa caucus is like the South by Southwest for political nerds.
Yeah, for political nerds, yeah. It's awesome.
And we also decided that we've been on both coasts, Los Angeles and in New York, and we decided that you guys are that this is way cooler here.
Way cooler.
It's true.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, go. As I walk through this wicked world, searching for light in the darkness of insanity, I ask myself, is all hope lost? Is there only pain and hatred and misery? 'Cause each time I feel like this inside, there's one thing I wanna know. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding?
I walk on through troubled times. My spirit gets so downhearted sometimes. But where are the strong and who are the trusted? And where is the harmony, sweet harmony? 'Cause each time I feel it slipping away, it just makes me wanna cry. What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh,
What's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Oh, what's so funny about peace, love, and understanding? Go!
Thank you. We have one more. We were trying to figure out a name for our band. What was the one we had? Bachman Fiorini Overdrive.
Bachman Fiorini Overdrive.
No, we could do better than that.
So we became the Sandrews Sisters, and that inspired us to write this little number.
We don't really have the lyrics memorized, so hopefully you won't mind if we read them.
Yeah, we just wrote it.
Michelle just wrote these words.
We're like mostly songwriters for our living, so this gave us a fun assignment.
One, two.
Feel the burn, 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 burn. Feel the burn, 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 burn. Mr. Sanders, bring us a dream of making Wall Street and energy clean. And the economy, we know you can save it. Just think of all the work for Larry, David, Bernie. You are the one to make voting more hipster and fun. We've waited for 2016. Mr. Sanders, bring us a dream. Feel the burn, 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 burn. Feel the burn, 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 burn. Mr. Sanders, go kick corporate ass so you can bring back the middle class. Please be pro-women, pro-choice, and pro-labor, and make our healthcare coverage single payer. Bernie, we need you now to bring down all those Republican clowns. Let every follower retweet. Mr. Sanders, bring us a dream.
Feel the burn, babies. Have a great night.
Go caucus!
We're winning, aren't we?
Let us be lovers, we'll marry our fortunes together. I've got some real estate here in my bag. Counting the bars on the New Jersey Turnpike, they've all come to look for America. All come to look for
I'm Bernie Sanders, and I approve this message.
Are you guys having a good time
Are you guys
still?
having a great time?
Yeah. All right, so we should tell you guys while we're voting for Bernie Sanders.
Yeah, we wrote out all of our reasons for why we're supporting him. So Kenny, why are you supporting him? He's dope. How about you? He's dope. Yeah.
Right. That's it. That's all you need. That's all you need. That's it. You gotta explain why we're writing it up. You just say he's dope. Yeah, he's dope. He's very dope. He's the dopest dude I know. He's very dope. And I don't even know him. Yeah, but he's dope. I like Bernie. Yes. We gotta bring out the next act. Do we? Yeah. Well, it's not an act. It's not an act. You may know him from the Hunger Games. Yep. It's a little small indie movie. A little small movie called The Hunger Games. Yeah. Bring him out. I'll bring him out. You guys know him already. Give it up for Josh Hutcherson. There we go.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, guys. Oh, my God. That's so cool. What's up? What's up? Hello, hello. Wow, Iowa's crazy, man. This podium's kind of tall. It's all right. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Oh, wait, you're doing this. All right. Yeah, I'll give you that. You know, I'm here because I'm Bernie. And I think you guys are all here for the same reason, obviously. You know, I feel like right now, this is what we need. We need this revolution. We need this not only as Americans, but as the world. As a world that is going through so much right now, we need someone who can lead us in a way that looks out for all of our interests. You know, right now is the time. It's the time when no matter your race, your religion, your gender, your background, sexual preferences, whatever, it's the time right now where we all get to come together and we get to participate in a democracy. That's worth cheering for sure. And you know, that's something that people around the world have been fighting for forever, and something that we take for granted, I think. So seeing all of you guys here tonight, being politically active, coming out to vote, it means so much to me, and it means so much to our troops who are fighting for freedom, and everybody around the world who doesn't get that same privilege. Hi. You know, I didn't always live in California and make movies. Ooh, getting feedback. I'm from Kentucky. Go Wildcats. No offense. Sorry, I can't say that here. Sorry. Okay, Hawkeyes. Go Hawkeyes. All right, there you go. And you know, my family has worked their entire lives from paycheck to paycheck. They were factory workers. They worked in the medical field. They were office jobs. You know, the normal American family, like millions of families all around our country, work to provide for their families and to take care of the people they love. And Bernie is a candidate that's going to help my family because he's someone that, from healthcare for all to a realistic minimum living wage, he's someone that's really going to fight for the things that are important to me. You guys are awesome. This is so easy. I have a younger brother. He's 19. He's in college. Connor? Yeah, somebody said Connor. It's Connor. He's a genius. Don't tell him I said that because I'll never hear the end of it. But he is. He's currently going to Georgia Tech. He's majoring in industrial engineering, minoring in German and computer sciences, and I don't even know what else. So it's not like he's stressed with schoolwork or anything. It's a breeze for him. But you know, luckily for me, I came into a position where I could take care of his college. I could pay his tuition for him. And as I'm sure a lot of you and your families know, it's not cheap. And it's not fair because not everybody's lucky. Not everybody has someone that can help out in that way. And for me, I think that if you work as hard as my brother worked to become a full-time student, you shouldn't be burdened with a mountainous pile of school debt when you finish your school. You should be able to come out of school and join the American workforce. Follow your dreams, follow your passion, go for your career, and not have this dark cloud hanging over you. So Bernie is also going to change that, which I know you guys will probably appreciate especially. The system right now that we have is not set up for all the people. It doesn't benefit everybody. And I think that we can agree that's evident from skyrocketing medical costs, underpayment for work, crumbling infrastructure, ridiculous amounts of student debt, and I can't even get started about campaign finance and the legally illegal banking system. I don't even understand all that. And it's rough. It is rough. But that's why we need Bernie. And that's why we need to come together and stand up and fight for this one-of-a-kind candidate. You know, he's had, from the very beginning, Bernie's had incredible support from all these people like you, all these young people that are smart and hopeful and ready to make a change and ready to see justice be had for all. And that's incredible. And for me, the truth is, I just trust Bernie. I trust him. And it's not just because of his straight talk, his adorable guy kind of nature, and it's not just because of his policies, but it's because for the last 30 years in politics, he's been saying the same things. You know, he hasn't changed. He hasn't changed his mind on issues depending on what's popular. He's been saying the same things, and that means something to me, because I like to be a guy of my word. I think Bernie is as well, and that's something I can stand behind. So I think now he was right about his economic policies. He was right when he was fighting against that, and we had the big crash that happened. He was right about the war in Iraq, voting no for that, and look where we are now. And I believe that right now he is right in his quest to see a government that is of the people and by the people actually work for the people. That's what it should be. So all of you guys, this is incredible, but what it comes down to is voting. You all know that. We've been jamming it down your throats, but getting out there and caucusing and fighting with us, that's what we need. So I think it's time that the 99% finally has a president that works for the 99%. And so now, I want to introduce a couple of friends of mine. I want to give you guys the pleasure, great pleasure, of listening to Mark Foster and Mark Pontius. Foster the people. Wait, they're not there, but they're coming in a second. They're coming in a second. All right, thanks, guys.
How's it going, guys? Man, Josh, that was awesome, man. I loved what you had to say. You got this muted? You're good? All right. Cool. Well, man, I'm so excited to be here with you all. What an exciting time in our country, and what an exciting candidate to support. I'm gonna play a couple acoustic songs for you guys.
Rise above, gonna start the war. What you want, what you need, what you come here for. Well, I for an eye and an F for fight. They're taking me down as the prisoners riot. Yeah, yeah. Got shackles on my words are tied. Fear can make you compromise. With lights turned up, it's hard to hide. Sometimes I wanna disappear. Yeah. When I feel kinda bad and I want to stress, just pass it off on ability. Well, you got what you want, what you never knew. It's a perfect gift from me to you. Yeah, ooh, shackles on my words are tied. Ooh, if it can make you compromise. Ooh, that's turned up, it's hard to hide. Ooh, sometimes I wanna disappear. Yeah. Raise up to your ability. Never knew that I could find. Won't come with the realize. I don't want to compromise. running around 'cause I'm filled with fear. And I can't go 'cause my lies are red. And I know that you want to throw me into the sea. More for ability is up to your ability. And I decided I just wanna leave here, but I don't wanna run away. You gotta focus on your ability. Focus on your ability. Gotta focus on your ability. Focus on your ability. Then they can't get what they want to steal. Can't get what they want to steal. Then they can't get what they want to steal. Can't get what they want to steal.
Thank you. I was thinking about what I wanted to play for you guys, and there's a song that I really haven't played for that many people at all. It's an older song that I wrote before Foster the People that I'd love to play for you guys tonight. It's about when I first packed up my car in Ohio at 18 and moved out to LA, and all the craziness that ensued being an 18-year-old kid in LA.
It was me when you packed up all your stuff and moved away. And it was me watching you grow up on all the wrong days. And it was me when I saw life leave your eyes. Well, I'd seen all of your faces, so I could see through your disguise. Well, it was me when she took you by your hand into her room. It was me up in that windowsill when you had a smoke or two. And it was me, I took you home that night when you were too drunk to drive. I carried you to your bed to make sure you were alright. Cast all your troubles at your feet. I love you. It was me, I held you tight when you were doing bad. Well, I remember when you'd stay all day in your bed, and you'd wake up at night and you'd do it all again. Yeah, it was a slow death, but as fast as you can. I said it was a slow death, but as fast as you can. I said it was a slow death, but as fast as you can. I said it was a slow death, but as fast as you can. I said it was a slow death, fast as you can. I said it was, it was, it was, it was. Now, ooh, I said said I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love. I said I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love. I said I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love. I said I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love. I said I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love. I said I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love. I said I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love. I said I love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love you, love. 'Cause I'm me.
Okay. Thank you. You know, when I first heard Bernie Sanders speak, it was probably 4 or 5 months ago. I don't remember where I was or what it was, but there was something about it that really stood out. And I thought about it for a while, and I watched more speeches, and I watched more things online and on YouTube, and I was thinking about it. I said, oh, what's that thing? What's that thing? What's that thing that Bernie Sanders has? And I was like, it's the truth. That's what that is. It's like, God, it's been so long since I've heard that from someone in that position. Just all the time, 100% authentic. I believe him. And that was so refreshing to me. And in that moment, I said, I have to do anything that I can to help this guy get elected. Anything that I can. We went out canvassing yesterday in Des Moines, my first time canvassing. Knocking on doors. Do anything. You know, it's so important. This election is so important. These ideas are so fresh, and they just make sense. You know, they make sense. And I'm not here to preach to you guys. I'm just here to tell you why I'm here. Why I'm here today. I'm here today at the same reason that we're all in this auditorium today, and that's because of Bernie Sanders. And because we need the truth. And so this next song is, I guess, makes sense to play. It's called The Truth.
Well, I've been trying to relearn my name. It seems like 1,000 years I've been out of frame, and I surrender. The truth is it's what I've needed from you. 'Cause I've been floating within your walls of opinion, and I'm tired. I only want the truth. I have tried so hard not to be like them. I have found they don't ever say what they mean. There is a truth, there is a light, and you can follow me there. I've been searching for those directions, and I'm convinced the world does know what it needs. There is a hope for the hopeless, I can promise you that. Yeah, well, I've been accosted, the jury's been partial, but I won't surrender to prove to you I won't lie. Under pressure of compromise. Yeah, well, an absolute measure won't change with opinion, no matter how hard you try. It's an immovable thing, just like the visions in your bed, when the streaming in your There is a truth, there is a light, and you can follow me there. I've been searching for those directions, and I'm convinced the world does know what it needs. There is a hope for the hopeless, and I'll come back if you lead in my hand. The world is so broken, I'm tripping my steps, slipping and I never thought that I'd be here. Well, a blinding call to prayer has touched my feet like the call of the prophets. A purpose is needed before you know that you know. To never wonder what you are and not forget where you've come from.
Well, is it really love you've been speaking of? Oh, what'd you say? What'd you say? What'd you say? Tell me what you say. I said that you need me, don't you?
You can follow me there. I've been searching for those directions, and I'm convinced the world does know what it means. There is a hope for the hopeless.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's awesome to be here. There's a real opportunity, and it comes on Monday when you guys go and caucus. And that is the beautiful thing about democracy, is that we can decide. There's no room for apathy in it. We still have the power for unify. We can decide what happens here in this country. I got one last song for you guys. Thank you.
Walk, little walk, small talk, big thoughts. Gonna tell them all just what I want. That street, two streets, I see you and me hanging on the empty swings. Count high, low, don't worry, my eyes are closed. I'm a Superman and it's my show. Want you to, gonna kick with my new shoes. I'm gonna kick until I need new shoes. Yeah, yeah, I said it, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop talking to me. Stop, don't stop, don't stop giving me things. Woo-hoo. They run, everybody run, run, and we're all just having fun. Sleigh ride, boat ride, piggyback a ride. I'm gonna show 'em how I can ride. 1, 2, 3, close your eyes, you count to 4. I'd like to hide behind my bedroom door. Crayons on walls, a color on the mall, draw until I've broken every law. Yeah, yeah, I said it, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop talking to me. Don't stop, don't stop giving me things. Stop, don't stop, don't stop laughing about it. Stop, don't stop, don't stop, don't Don't stop, don't stop talking to me. Stop, don't stop, don't stop giving me things. Stop, don't stop supporting Bernie. Stop, don't stop, don't stop. Take a second, don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. I said don't stop, don't stop, don't stop. I
Next thing we've got for you guys is a video that a couple friends of mine made in Los Angeles. And this whole campaign hasn't been about one person. It's been about all of us, and it's been about unifying and a united vision and being together in this. And that's what this video is about. So I think it's gonna be right there, because that's the only screen I see in here. If you guys want to check that out, this video is it's about being together.
Our job is not to divide. Our job is to bring people together. If we do not allow them to divide us up by race, by sexual orientation, by gender, by not allowing them to divide us up by whether or not we were born in America or whether we're immigrants, when we stand together, white, and black, and Hispanic, and gay, and straight, and woman, and man. When we stand together and demand that this country works for all of us rather than the few, we will transform America, and that is what this campaign is about. It's bringing people together.
Brothers and sisters of all colors in Iowa, are you ready to make history on Monday night? Are you ready for the rebirth of democracy, tired of Wall Street domination, ready for those? Yeah. Are you ready for those Sly Stone called everyday people and James Cleveland called ordinary people to be at the center of policy, center of vision? This is a new day in America as of Monday night. And it's nothing alien to America. This is the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. It's the legacy of Rabbi Abraham Joshua Heschel. It's the legacy of Dorothy Day, the legacy of Fannie Lou Hamer, the legacy of Grace Boggs. Black, white, red, yellow, brown, all together, concerned about something bigger than us. This is not just a campaign, this is a moral and spiritual transformation of the nation, fundamentally committed to unarmed truth. The condition of truth is always to allow suffering to speak. It's about unapologetic love, and justice is what love looks like in public. So the Bernie Sanders campaign is an attempt to convince all of us to get on the love train, get on the justice train, keep track of the poor children of any color, working people of any color, gay brothers, lesbian sisters, bisexual, transgender of any color, elderly of any color. Always mindful of how the vicious legacy of white supremacy has been used to divide us. We won't allow it to do it this time. And we see it in our artists. Oh my God, from James Baldwin to Nina Simone to Bruce Springsteen to Gil Scott-Heron to Carole King. I want to introduce to you a group that stands in the tradition of musical expression rooted in something bigger than itself. My dear, beautiful brother Ezra and others, I'm talking about Vampire Weekend.
is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time of peace, a time you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing.
What's up, everybody? Feels so good to be in Iowa. So what you have tonight for our very brief performance is a combination of Vampire Weekend and Dirty Projectors. And, last but not least, the University of Iowa Hawkapellas. Okay, here's some music. As a young girl, Louis Vuitton, with your mother on a sandy lawn. As a sophomore, with a reggaeton and the linens you're sitting on. Is your bed made? Is your sweater on? Do you want to? Like you know I do. Like you know I do. But this feels so natural, Peter Gabriel too. But this feels so unnatural, Peter Gabriel. Can you stay up
to see the dawn in the colors of Benetton. Is your bed made? Is your sweat down? Do you want to? Like you know I do. Like you know I do. This feels so natural, Peter Gabriel. But this feels so unnatural, Peter Gabriel. Is your bed made? Is your sweat down? Do you want to? Like you know I do. Like you know I do. Thanks, guys. Okay, guys, this next song is called Unbelievers. But I feel a little funny playing a song called Unbelievers when there's a big sign up there that says a future to believe in. So I want to say that maybe when this song was written, it came from a place of frustration or nihilism about the world, but we're so excited to be here because we feel the same way that you do about Bernie. He's somebody that we believe in, okay? And believe us, we're so excited just to see you here. So here's an optimistic version of Unbelievers. Got a little soul, the world is a cold, cold place to be. Want a little life, but who's gonna save a little one for me? We know the byway, some believers, all of the sinners the same. Girl, you and I were down, believers bound to the tracks of the train. If you're born again, I know that the world will disagree. Want a little grace, but who's gonna say a little grace for me? We know the byway, some believers, all of the sinners the same. Girl, you and I were down, believers bound to the tracks of the train. I'm not excited, but should I be? Is this the fate that I for the world's planned for me? I know I love you, and you love to see it. But what only water contains a little drop for me. See the snow go down, it's going on down.
should I be? Is this that half of the world's planned for me? I know I love you, and you love to see it. But what only water contains a little drop for me.
Thank you so much. It truly feels amazing to be here with you guys in Iowa City. And we just wanted to say, like I said, that song's a little bit nihilistic. I'm not excited, but should I be? Obviously the answer is yes. We're getting excited just seeing you guys. I want to say, this is the first time I think that any of us have really come out to play music to support a candidate. And maybe for some of you guys, it's the first time you've come to a rally, the first time you got excited about somebody. And I think we all know the reason why, is that this is a once-in-a-lifetime candidate. We don't see people like this all the time. Somebody who is independent for 30 years. We don't see people who've been saying the same thing over and over again. Thank God we have YouTube. We can go back and watch Bernie's speeches. 1991, what's he saying? Same thing he's saying today. 2002, saying the same thing he's saying today. And it's not boring, it's amazing. We're so excited to hear it. And I'm sure you guys are just as excited as us that we're gonna actually get to see this guy come speak in here very shortly. So please, make some noise for Senator Bernie Sanders.
Thank you. Whoa, there's a lot of people here. Let me thank Ezra and Vampire Weekend. Thank you so much. And Lissy and Jim Sobiel and Josh Hutcherson and Foster the People. And let me give a special thank to my brother, Cornel West. It has been a beautiful, beautiful night of great music. I thank all of you for coming out, and I thank all of the musicians and all of the actors and everybody who has helped put on this extraordinary event. What this campaign is about is something that is very, very serious business. And what it is about is not just electing a president of the United States, as important as that is. It is about a political revolution and transforming America. It is about creating the nation that all of us know we can become. Now, I will tell you something that no other candidate for president will tell you. It's not a pleasant truth, but it is the truth, and it's important that you hear it. Given the realities of American political and economic life today, no president, not Bernie Sanders or anybody else, can do what has to be done in this country for the middle class and working families alone. It cannot be done by any president sitting in the Oval Office.
The only way that we can bring about change, the only way we can take on the powers that be in America, that is Wall Street, that is corporate America, that is the corporate media, that is these huge financial institutions that make hundreds of millions of dollars in campaign donations and control the economic and political life of this nation. The only way that we can bring real change to this country is when millions of people, young people, working people, black people, white people, Latino people, gay people, straight people, women, men. When all of us stand together and very loudly and clearly say, enough is enough, this government of ours, in this great country, this government belongs to all of us, not just a handful of billionaires. In America today, we have more income and wealth inequality than at any time since 1928, and it is worse than almost any other country, major country on earth. The likelihood is, if we do not get our act together for the first time in the modern history of this country, your generation will have a lower standard of living than your parents, and together we will not allow that to happen. What America has historically been about is the concept of fairness. It is not about the fact that today the top 1/10 of 1% now owns almost as much wealth as the bottom 90%. It is not about the 20 wealthiest people in this country owning more wealth than the bottom 50% of the American people. It is not about one family, the Walton family of Walmart, owning more wealth itself than the bottom 40% of our people. It is not about people in America having to work 2 or 3 jobs in order to bring in enough income and some health care, while 58% of all new income goes to the top 1%. Are you guys ready for a radical idea? Together, we are going to create an economy that works for all of us and not just the 1%. And here is what else is going on in this country today, and I'm not happy to say it. I'm the former chairman of the U.S. Senate Committee on Veterans Affairs, and I've worked very, very hard to make sure that our veterans get the health care and the benefits they need. But it pains me to talk to veterans from way back in World War II or Korea or Vietnam, people who put their lives on the line to defend us, to defend democracy. And now we are living in a country where, as a result of this disastrous Citizens United Supreme Court decision, billionaires are able to buy elections. Now, maybe I'm an old-fashioned guy, but I believe that democracy is about one person, one vote. You disagree with me? That's fine. You know, in politics, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. That's called democracy. That's a good thing. But what is not a good thing is when people like the Koch brothers and a handful of billionaires are able to spend $900 million in this election cycle to elect candidates who represent the wealthy and the powerful. When you have a handful of billionaires spending more money on a campaign than either the Democratic or Republican parties, that is not democracy, that is oligarchy, and together we're going to change that. And let me tell you something else that we have got to do as a nation, and that is to end institutional racism and a broken criminal justice system. It is not just that all of us are disgusted when we turn on the TV and we see a video of some unarmed person being shot by a police officer. It's not just that. It's that we're tired of seeing local police departments look like occupying armies. It's a demand that police departments begin to look like the people they are policing in terms of their diversity. But when we talk about a criminal justice system which is broken, it's not just even racism. It is how unfairly the law is often applied. Let me give you an example. Today in Iowa or in Vermont, some kid is being picked up for possessing marijuana. Now, I know that none of you know anything about marijuana. I don't. But here is the point that I want to make. Some kid gets picked up for possessing marijuana, and by the way, this becomes a racial issue as well, because it turns out that the black community and the white community do marijuana at about equal rates, but blacks that wasn't exactly my point. But it turns out that blacks get arrested 4 times more than whites. Okay. Here is my point. Young person gets arrested for marijuana, that person will have a police record for his or her entire life. Now compare that to what goes on Wall Street. Wall Street, whose greed and recklessness and illegal behavior drove this country into the worst economic downturn since the Great Depression of the 1930s. Recently, a major Wall Street firm, Goldman Sachs, reached a settlement with the United States government that because they were defrauding many, many investors and the American people selling worthless products, they reached a $5 billion settlement with the government. Now, some kid today gets arrested for possessing marijuana, gets a police record. Do you know how many police records are going to the executives on Wall Street for destroying the American economy? 0. So what criminal justice should mean is justice for all, whether you're wealthy and powerful or whether you are poor. by the way, when we do talk about marijuana, what I want to say is that some of you may know, and some of you may not know, that we have a law or a process in Washington called the Federal Controlled Substance Act. And in that act right now, marijuana is listed side by side with heroin. Now, I know that you are an intelligent group of people, and very seriously, I know and I hope very much that you all understand what a killer drug heroin is. There are two ways out when you do heroin. Number one, you're going to get arrested and go to jail. Number two, you're going to die. Stay away from heroin. But in terms of marijuana, what we are seeing is a lot of lives have been really hurt, because if you get a criminal record for possession of marijuana, it could impact your ability to get a job. And that is why I have introduced legislation and will move forward as president to take marijuana out of the Controlled Substance Act. The issue of legalization of marijuana will depend on the state. 4 states have done it, other states are considering it, but it should not be a federal crime. Now, we've got in Iowa right now a lot of Republican candidates, too many to count, running all over your beautiful state here. And if you listen to some of them closely, they will talk about family values. And I want everybody here to know exactly what they mean by family values. What they mean is that no woman in this room here tonight, no woman in the state of Iowa or in the United States of America, in their view, should be able to control her own body. I disagree. And what they also mean by family values is that our gay brothers and sisters should not have the right to marry. I disagree. And when we talk about the major issues facing our country and facing the world, let me speak to you for a second about an issue which I know a little bit about because I'm on the Senate Environmental Committee and the Senate Energy Committee. And here is the simple truth. The truth is that according to virtually the entire scientific community, climate change is real. It is caused by human activity, and it is already causing devastating problems in our country and all over the world. What we must do from a moral perspective to make sure that the planet that we leave to our kids and grandchildren is healthy and habitable, we must transform our energy system away from fossil fuel to energy efficiency and sustainable energy. in that regard, I want to congratulate the people of the state of Iowa because you are helping to lead this country into sustainable energy. You're getting some 30% of your electricity from wind. You are leading the country in biofuels. Thank you for what you are doing. Now, what this campaign does not guarantee health care to all people as a right. Now, the British do it, the French do it, the Canadians do it, everybody, every other major country on earth says that health care should be a right. So let me be very honest with you and tell you what I think. I think that health care is a right of all people, not a privilege. And if we move, as I believe we should, to what we call a Medicare for All single-payer program, we can guarantee health care to every man, woman, and child as a right and save middle-class families thousands of dollars a year on their health care costs. On February 1st, in a couple of days, Monday night, the eyes of the entire country and much of the world will be on the state of Iowa. And what they are going to be looking at is something very, very profound, which is what your decision will be about. And it's not just the name of the person who wins, whether Hillary Clinton or Bernie Sanders or whatever. What is more important is whether Iowa is prepared to lead this nation in a different direction. Whether Iowa is prepared to say that public colleges and universities should be tuition free. Whether Iowa is prepared to say that we should substantially lower the interest rates on student debt. Whether Iowa is prepared to say that at a time of massive income and wealth inequality, yes, the billionaire class and large corporations will start paying their fair share of taxes. We began our campaign about 9 months ago, and the very first polls here in Iowa had us behind Secretary Clinton by 50 points or 60 points. Today, 9 months later, the race is virtually tied. And here is what I think will happen on Monday night. And I'm being very honest and straightforward with you. If there is a large voter turnout, we will win. If there is a low voter turnout, if a lot of people don't show up, we will lose. Now, what the pundits say, and again, I'm being very straightforward and honest with you, is they say, well, young people, you know, they come out to rallies, but you know what? They're not going to come out to participate in the caucus.
So how would you like to make the pundits look dumb on election night? Now the truth is, and you all know this, is that in so many respects, this election is much more important for your generation than my generation. Because, God willing, you're all going to be living for a very, very long time. And you are going to be experiencing and seeing the impact of decisions being made today in Washington. Now, I know that many of your friends say, you went to a political meeting? Wow, that's pretty lame. But let me just say this to you with as much conviction as I can. I did talk to people who put their lives on the line, and some came back without arms and legs to defend American democracy. Democracy, football, unless you're a player, is a spectator sport. Democracy is not a spectator sport. Now, some of your friends may say, you know, I don't like politics, I'm not going to get involved. All that they are saying is to allow somebody else to make important decisions for your life. I think that's dumb. I think you should be involved in that decision-making process, not some billionaire in Washington. On Monday night, we are poised to make history. Help us do that. Join the political revolution. Thank you all very much.
You know we gotta play one more for Bern, right? We know he likes this one. As I went walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. You guys know the words, right? This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Islands, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land was made for you and me. I roamed and rambled upon my cruise from the sparkling sands of the Diamond Desert, and all around me a voice was sounding. This land was made for you and me. There's the lyrics if you don't know.
This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. When the sun came shining, then I was strolling, islands is waving, and dust clouds rolling, and fog was lifting, a voice was chanting. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream water. This land was made for you and me.
Make some noise for Bernie. Go out and vote. Good night, guys. Go vote.
Hey. Nope. All right, we're back. We're back. Wow, what an event. That event just rocked from top to bottom, from side to side. It was just, that was off the hook. Absolutely off the hook. Denise?
It's awesome.
Gotta be fun.
Bernie got on the stage.
Bernie got on the stage, yeah. Man, it was great. And just such enthusiasm there to get out, get the vote, get to caucus. And as Bernie said, if we turn out en masse in Iowa, we're going to dominate. We're going to prove the pundits wrong. Very, very wrong. Ryan, you were watching some of the comments go by. I was trying to get in the comment room as well and knock some trolls down with that big old spanner. But there's some good comments there that went by, huh?
Yeah, commenting was just ridiculous tonight. Like you said, there were a lot of trolls out, but the Bernie people came out in full force, and holy smokes, just everyone loved it. It was awesome. I can't stop smiling.
Yeah, it was really good, really good. And I want to thank everyone for watching us tonight. It was fantastic. It was a great show to be part of. All those great acts that were on the show. And I think we'll put some of the links up to some of their sites and so forth in the comments or in the video. We've got tomorrow. Look, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't subscribed to us, make sure you hit subscribe, because that's the way you get notified of upcoming shows. We've got the real news coming up tomorrow, and I think we've also got another rally coming up tomorrow as well from Waterloo. So we're 24, what are we, 36 hours out now from caucus night, thereabouts, 36, maybe 40 hours, whatever it is.
Math.
Yeah, new math.
Monday.
Yeah, Monday.
Whenever that is.
That's right. And we want to thank Scott Galindez also for giving us a fee. He's a tireless road warrior for us, running around on buses and backs of bikes and any way he can get to those rallies with all that camera gear and so forth. Like, rollerblades. He does it all. But anyway, he's rocking out there for us and getting that footage. Plus, we had some footage from the campaign, and you can see the people there are milling around on their way out. But absolutely fantastic rally. So thank you, Scott. I don't know. Do you guys want to break anything down, or you just want to wrap it? I mean, John's been going since 4 a.m. this morning.
Yep. He's got to get up early for the newsroom, too.
Not 4 a.m. I got up at 6. I got up. But, anything for the revolution.
That's right. The revolution will be televised on the indie media.
Streamed.
Will be streamed. That's right. Will be streamed. Ryan, I'll just go around the horn. Ryan, any closing words?
Yeah, first of all, I want to give a big thank you to everyone who helped me in the comments tonight, including you, Nigel. But Lou was in there, Erg was in there, Cynical Girl was helping me, Saturn came in. It was a huge team effort in there tonight. But it was a great event. I'm super pumped. I don't know if I'll be able to sleep until Tuesday. So thank you, everyone, for coming out and watching us tonight.
Absolutely. I echo those statements. It's a team sport, this, and really appreciate it. Denise, how about yourself? Closing words?
Yeah, thanks everyone for sticking with us, and the chat room was awesome. You guys are awesome. You're the reason we're here. So it's great. It's great to see all the people coming out, and oh boy, the music was great tonight. I'm excited too, Ryan. I was a little tired, and now I'm not. So thanks everyone. It was a great night.
Yes, thank you. Thanks, Denise. Thanks, Ryan. And Denise, I echo your enthusiasm there. I'm going to, like most broadcasts, I'm going to go upstairs now. I'm going to be all pumped and hyper, and my family's going to be all tired and half asleep, and, you know, my girls are ready for me to read a story to them, and I'm going to be all like, oh! They're going to be like, Dad, settle down. So, but it was certainly a fantastic show. And we got to talk about some real good issues as well. So if you joined our show late, when the video goes up, when it processes and goes up in about 24 hours from now, check out the start of the show. We had a really good conversation around healthcare, universal healthcare. We had a good conversation around Bernie's numbers in the polls. We had a good conversation around how he's going to get his plans implemented. Got some cool videos on there from Robert Reich. So some really cool stuff for you to check out as well. And we do that pre-show on most of our broadcasts, so it is a good time to jump in and lay in with the comments on YouTube, and we interact with the audience and whatnot. And John, producer's choice for closing songs, so I don't know if you've got anything ready.
Well, okay, so here's where I'm going. I'm a little. I had these new tunes, and I'm a little afraid to run them now because they're new, and we had the same problem happen with our last thing, so I don't want to do that. And I was thinking I'd run a Killer Mike because I've become a massive fan of Killer Mike, except his stuff is really dark, and this was like really happy and up, so I don't want to end with that. I'm just gonna. I've been on the air since 9 o'clock this morning, and then I took a 2-hour break and then came back on air. I want to hear What a Mensch again because I screwed up the beginning of it anyway. All right. It's a great damn song, and I had the whole thing cropped small. This is how screwed up it was when it started. So everybody was probably looking at it going, why the hell are we focused? So let's just run this damn song again, do it right.
All right.
And Nigel, Nigel hasn't even been here in like, how long has it been? At least a month?
At least, yeah.
Thank you, Justin Wolverton. Appreciate you being here, sir. This is what's amazing about this group. They come in when they can. They know the process. They took the time to learn the process. This is what's amazing about all of the 99. Bernie says, we need to do this. Okay, how do we do this? This way. Great, let's go do it. That's why we can do anything we damn well want. But these guys make this thing happen. The people in the chat mods, there's such a team. It's a beautiful, beautiful, organic team. And YouTube thinks we're bots. That's beautiful. But I just want to say that thank you all. This is such a functional example of how we can do whatever the hell we want. That's how powerful we are. So let's
absolutely.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you, Nigel, for being able to come in. Been working all the time. Come in. Here's my rundown. Let's run a show. That's just
no
me.
worries.
Yeah. That's
No, it's lots of fun.
For being badass, and Ryan for doing the comments. And yeah, so here we go. This is What a Mensch. We're out of here, folks. I'll see you tomorrow, noon Eastern. Love you all.
Hey, ooh, yeah.
And give much respect due to the man who's made a difference in our world. And although most men are hoes, he goes on the talk shows and blows them away with wisdom and pearls. But I don't sweat it, cause his rivals are pathetic, and anyone who races him will live to regret it. I know that nobody's perfect, and I give props to those who deserve it, and believe me, you guys, he's worth it. So here's to the future, cause we got through the past. We finally found somebody who rocks at last. Bernie, you're so crazy. I think America's your lady.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. He's a mighty, mighty good man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Got to say it again now. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man.
My man's a Jew like Larry, his voice a raspy bass, a body like Costanza with a Mel Brooks face. He's smart like a doctor with a real good rep, and when he's on the road, he says it's quite a schlep. Each and every speech, and every time I see him, I know the rest of the pack can't beat him. He never took a dime from a corporation yet, a more compassionate man you have never ever met. He keeps it 100 just like Wilmore. He's not a wannabe or a lobbyist whore. He dresses like a Zadie, but even in jeans, he's a Brooklyn Center original, the man of our dreams. Yes, he has the right priorities for social security. He cares about the earth, children, women, and minorities. See, the other guys try to sneak in their sneaky shit, but every time they try it, we say, don't try it. But not this man. He's got the right potion. Every debate is like poetry in motion. He's pro-free education and he's anti-war. They might vote against him, but he cares about the poor. He's good on immigration and wants women to be choosing. Once people read his platform, there's no way he will be losing. He always has heavy conversation for the mind, cause in Congress, smart men are just impossible to find.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. He's a mighty, mighty good man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. Say it again, y'all. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. What a mighty good man. He's a mighty, mighty good man. Y'all hear me? Now check it out.
My man loves the country, there's nobody kinder. I don't even mind he hasn't got a vagina. He writes legislation and does everything great. With his knowledge and his facts, he can win any debate. He believes in equity and family leave. He's got wage increases hidden up his sleeve. He's a quality man who never ever panders. The most ethical and moral, Senator Sanders. A lover and a fighter, he'll break up the banks. He'll tax the crazy rich without requiring thanks. The country really needs him, he's always got our back. Never disrespectful, cause his Jewish mother taught him that.
What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man. A mighty, mighty good man. What a man, what a man, what a man, what a mighty good man.
Alright, go to BernieSanders.com.
What a mighty good man.
Give him some money. Then later on,
What a man, what a man, what a mighty good man.
give him your vote. Give him your vote. If you're not registered to vote, go get registered. We're not playing around here. BernieSanders.com. Because I said so.
Huge